Hello everybody, we are back for the 100% action. Then we are loading in now to Austria of all places. A very nice scenic route through the hills, and we will crack on then after well, into round 4, but then after round 3, this is how the standings are shaping up. Then we've got Vessia leading the way, then for Mercedes with 65 points. Kieran catching up, though, after back-to-back secret good results, I was going to say. 62 points for him. Then Equaz then in the top 3, then with 45 points in as well. We've got to have a special shout-out for Equaz tonight. Then we've got Tori then in P4, with the Alpine machines, and Reflection in P5 with the Aston Martin. Then Lewis Riley in the Mercedes P6. Then we've got Legend in the Haas, where a fantastic result last week in Canada in P7. Then Markey then in P8. Then for the Williams team, then Serious Mushroom then in the Ferrari then is P9, and R2 Beat makes up the top 10. I've got to hurry now because we've got the drivers into the qualifying already then, so let me turn this off. There we go. In the constructors, we've got Mercedes leading the way with 102 points, and they are looking very good indeed. Then are Mercedes, and Kick Sauber with 73 points in P2, and Alpine with 59 points then in P3. Racing Bulls in P4, then we've got Aston Martin, in P5. I can't read it, it's too small. Haas in P6, Ferrari P7, Williams in P8. Then we've got McLaren there in P9, and Red Bull in P10 for now after the first 3 rounds. How do I get rid of this? There we go. Perfect. Right then, I need the audio one as well, don't I? There we go. We got it all sorted finally there. But welcome along then to qualifying. We don't have to worry about what tyres they're on, because they're pretty much all going to be on the soft compound tyres, because it's not rainy out there at all. Well, it looks like it might be rainy at some point in the session, but we'll come back to that one then. Shout out then to Equaz, of course. He is hosting the lobby then after all of my misgivings then last week. Well, not last week, and throughout the first 3 rounds, really. But hopefully this time it is all, well, hopefully it's better then, let's just put it that way. But Equaz then is doing a great job then of helping us out then, and hosting, of course, as well as racing in his Racing Bull as well. So that's that then. Evening all from Ginner as well then. Good luck as well then. Ginner, I think, is probably watching us from work. But hopefully he's going to enjoy the show then. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly what he does, but hopefully he is... He's got his feet up then and just relaxing there as well then. ALR says Equaz as well then. Thanks very much to Equaz as well then. As I've said then, would you be mad? You would be mad not to love ALR then. Thank you very much then from Junior as well then. Evening all from the True Geordie as well then. And well, it makes my day when the True Geordie is in the comment section, of course. And yeah, looking forward to seeing what the True Geordie can do then. That is vintage, that is. I keep saying it, but one day he's going to claim the channel, and he's going to claim all of the extra accolades or whatever it is to go with it as well then. But thank you very much for vintage as well then. Hello Alex, and hello all racers, Jidda, Equaz, and good luck at my home GP from Kamara Racer, of course, the Austrian ALR driver then, of course, and looking forward to seeing how the action is going to unfold here tonight then in his homeland, of course, as well then. Evening all from the Styles as well then, looking forward to seeing what the Styles can do then tonight in the Ferrari. Where are we then? We're looking at, we're rambling on all the way through. We've only got 15 minutes left of qualifying. Let's go teammate as well then, says Styles then, supporting the Serious Mushroom then as well. Oh dear, Card Elf then, or JP has been over in the Discord, having a bit of a problem there with the back end then, but he's gone fastest with a 5.5, puts himself P1, of course, the first time on the board. But here comes his teammate, and what can Marvsky do then? Marvsky up to the right, it's a 5.0 then, 0.5 of a second faster than his teammate for now, as the first times of the session tumble in then as well then. Good stuff indeed. Where is Kaz? Because Kaz has come out to the line then. What can he do then in the kicks out? It's a 4.7 there. Puts himself on pole position for the time being, or provisional pole position, I should say. As we go through, there's a bit of traffic coming out the pit lane as well there, so they need to make sure they avoid all of that. Then Kieran has done a 4.5, puts himself ahead of his teammate then by 0.2 of a second. Reflection splits the pairs of cars, I should say, not splits the pairs. He's gone 5.0, puts himself on the second row of the grid. Then Marsky P4, R2 has done a 5.5, puts himself P5, looking good indeed. Liam unfortunately has invalidated his time. Then we had somebody else jump up. That was Vessia. Then Vessia up into P3 with a 4.8. And then we've got Equaz as well with a 5.0. The 5.0 is tumbling in very nicely indeed. There's very good stuff indeed from all the drivers to coordinate their times accurately enough then as we go through then into the next part of the lap as well then. But Equaz then onto the second row of the grid then as it stands. Dark Shadow just coming back round. I think he's finished his lap then, hasn't he? So there's a kick out there trying to get out of the way, I think, there. And an Aston Martin then of Shadows on his out lap as well then. Shadows jumping in then to the seat for a reserve appearance tonight then. Looking forward to seeing what he can do here as well. Then we've got a problem for a Haas, and that is a problem then for it's for our debutant, of course. I completely is Jesus, and yes, if you don't know Jesus, this is Jesus here as well. And thankfully, we've been blessed with some holy spirits then here tonight. Then as Jesus has joined us in the race then for his first ALR race as well. Then looking forward to seeing what he can do then, and we'll see what he can do then here tonight in Austria. So good stuff indeed. I think he had a bit of a problem then out of that final corner, didn't he, which has cost him a bit of time then. So his time is not representative of his actual pace, I should say. Leaving all from the mushroom as well then. Hopefully I can stay on the lead lap tonight then come the end of the race, says Vintage. What is a difficult one, this one, because it is probably, I think it is the shortest lap on the F1 calendar, isn't it? Hey Styles, serious, get on the track now then, says Kamara Racer as well then. I don't know, well, Styles is still a bit late, as is his teammate Mushroom, but Mushroom is out on track now actually, so I tell a lie. He is cruising around the track then on his first out lap of the session. Lewis Riley is starting off a lap then. We'll come back to him then, because we've got a Williams of Mad Max in the fantastic Golf livery, then up to P6 with a 5.0, goodness me, I should say. It's going to be a guaranteed 5.0 now, all the times tumbling in then. 5.0 or bust, then a 4.9. That's not very good then from Legend then, unfortunately. He's got rid of the 5.0 not curse, but whatever it is. But he got himself on the second row of the grid then, nonetheless. Good stuff indeed then from Legend after a fantastic podium then in Canada last week out as well. We've got an Alpine. It's an Alpine of R2P then. R2P starting off another lap then, so we'll come back to him then. Where is the Vintage? Vintage is starting off a lap as well then, so he is going to get himself round the circuit. Mushroom as well going round the circuit as well then, so we'll see what he can do then on his next run then. Vintage flying through turn 1 then, powering up to the top of the hill then at turn 3, which, because technically that's turn 2, isn't it? But I don't get that. It's not really a turn. Well, that's enough rambling about that. We've had somebody jump up the order, and it was Lewis Riley, I think it was then, a 4.9. So now the 5.0s have been replaced by 4.9s, it seems. So Lewis Riley then onto the third row of the grid then. Very nicely done indeed. Where is Venom then? Venom heading through. Oh, goodness me, that back end trying to step out through the S's there then, and that's cost him. Well, I think he might have had to abandon the time then, unfortunately. But so Venom then is coming back into the pit lane, I think, here now. No, he's going to finish the lap nonetheless then. Yeah, that car is struggling then as well then, unfortunately, in his first episode of qualifying for the Venom. Then the 7.8 puts himself P15, so he does get a time on the board. Mushroom is coming through then, but here comes Vintage then. Let's see what the True Joy can do with his lovely pink helmet indeed. And up to the line, it's going to be a 5.8, puts himself P13, just behind his teammate in P12 of Liam. Wonderful stuff. Purple then in Sector 2 for JP. He's looking to improve then. Oh dear, what was that in the background? I think that was a car going wide then at the exit of turn 6 and 7. But here we go then for JP. Then Mushroom's on a 5.5, then puts himself P12. Here comes the Red Bull. Let's see what it's going to be then for his second run then in qualifying. It's an 8.0 then another, sorry, a 5.0, goodness me. 5.0 then one again, another 5.0. Puts himself ahead of his teammate in P9, does JP. Very good stuff indeed. Dark Shadow back out on circuit, and then Venom also, I think, coming back to the pit lane here. Then Tory then on his first outing. Then let's see what he can do then into Sector 3. We'll see what the Delta is saying now, but of course we don't know exactly what's going on there. Part of it has gone purple there, but slightly, but we don't know exactly what he's doing because it's his first time on the track tonight then as well. Either Venom's tyres are overheating then, or he has no back wing then, says Jenny. Then I think, well, Venom then has, Tory's invalidated his time as well then, unfortunately, and we'll see what it's going to be. It's a 4.5, would have put him on the front row of the grid then as it stands, but unfortunately did not keep it within the track limits then. Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way now, aren't I? Here we go. Where's Kaz? Kaz coming back to the pit then, so he's abandoned that time, I think there. Reflection isn't abandoning anything though. Here he comes then up to the line then as he crosses the line to improve on his second run, I'm sure. Then it's a 4.7, puts himself on the second row off the grid with a 2.5 improvement. Very nice indeed. Vintage coming back round again then. Where is his teammate Liam? Then Liam is starting off a lap, so we'll come back to him later on then. Out laps then for Jesus. I'm going to call him Noise because Jesus is his Discord name, so we don't see that on the track right now. But hopefully he can find some time. There's a bit of a tow going on there for the Haas team. Oh my goodness me! They need to get that right. Then he's not found any time, unfortunately, then in the first sector though. Despite that tow though, but maybe that will gain gain him a few more tenths then as we go through the rest of the lap. Then, of course, he needs to find a few more tenths then in the final sector, which is where he had that mistake earlier, but he's looking to improve as we go through turn 4 now then, and keeping it on the curve then on the exit then, and now powering to the middle of sector 2, or the end of sector 2 now then, as we go through here then into turn 5 and 6, and he's gone purple there in sector 2 as well. Then that's looking good indeed. Then can he find some more time? Then he's going to find an abundance of time then in this final sector for sure. But let's see what it's going to be then into this final couple of corners then for the Haas. Then flicking it into that final corner now, making sure he don't go too wide. Then he's kept it within track limits. Then what's it going to be up to the line? It's going to be a 4.8. Puts himself P5 here ahead of his teammate Legend then, and maybe that toe was helpful in the first sector. Great stuff indeed from the Haas drivers as well. Then they are looking pretty good out there then for the time being. Then on the third row of the grid then, Lewis Riley starting off another lap. Then where is his teammate Vessier? Then Vessier is back in the pit lane, and he is up to P2. I've missed it completely. He's up to P2. Great stuff indeed, Vessier. Then he's up into the front row of the grid with a 4.6. Very good stuff. He's splitting the two kick Saubers as it stands. In Vintage back in the pit lane, being followed by a Williams there as well. Then Venom as well into the box. Teammate, where is his teammate? Mad Max has gone up to P2. Then I've just about missed it. I was trying to get there, but I couldn't just in time. A 4.6 then from Mad Max, puts himself on the front row as well. Then looking great indeed. Then in that Golf Williams as well. Then Equaz jumps up to P4 with a 4.7 then as well, and it's getting close indeed. The time's tumbling in here in qualifying. Then fantastic stuff indeed as well. Then Mushroom back out on circuit. Then we've got Liam coming back into the pit lane. Both the Hasses then are coming back to the pits as well. Then what can Legend do? He's had a bit of a problem out of that final corner. Then Legend up into P5 then with a 4.7. He finds 0.2 of a second, but he did lose a bit of time. It looked like he was having a bit of a wobble out of that final corner, so there's more time in the bank there for Legend. Lewis Riley then is P7 with a 4.7, so now we've changed from a 5.0 to a 4.9 to a 4.7 it seems there, because there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers on a 4.7 as it stands. Goodness me. Mushroom then is coming through into sector 3 momentarily. Then let's see what he can do then into turn 5 and 6, and he's gaining time. Then let's see what he can do then in the final part of the lap then as we power along then towards the penultimate corner. There's a couple of cars just starting their laps or filtering into the pit lane, so they'll be out of the way for Mushroom then when he gets there, as we go now into the final corner. 6 minutes left of qualifying then as we go through then into the final corner, then keeping it within track limits then for the Mushroom. Then it's going to be a 5.4, then puts himself P13 ahead of R2 Beat for now then. I'm waiting for my teammate so I can give him a toe then, says Styles. Good stuff indeed. So Venom then as unlucky for Tori as well, then says Jenner as well. Then yeah, this turn is very difficult then, says Kamara. Then understeer, and that final corner is a nightmare to get perfect then indeed. Thankfully I don't have to worry about it because I have to sit here and commentate instead. But I'd love to race around Austria then, although I'm, as Sean will attest to, I am cursed when I race around Austria for whatever reason. Usually it's the weather that's the biggest problem for me, but there we go then as we head into the final corner this time for Kaz. Let's see what the kick Sauber driver can do. Can he improve on P6 then? Where is he going to go? He's going to go to the top of the order then with a 4.3. Then he finds 0.4 of a second, and wow, he's almost locked out the front row, I think, for himself for sure, pretty much at this point, but he could have locked out the front row for kick Sauber then as well. Then brilliant stuff indeed then from Kaz then. After a bit of a difficult, although still a good result then in Canada, he had a bit of a difficult race then with lots of pit stops there, didn't he? But he managed to get himself a good result in the end as well then. But unfortunately, he is, well, fortunately for him then, but unfortunately for the rest of the field, he is looking pretty strong then in that kick here tonight then as well, as we filter then into the final parts of qualifying then. Special K on it then, says Equaz as well then. Lovely lap then, says Jenner as well. And, well, I'm sure I could beat it. I have to say, I'm absolutely rapid. No, never mind. Kick the new McLaren, says Equaz. Right then. Oh, as it? I thought you meant kick someone, but you meant kick as in the new McLaren, because both kicks looking pretty good then at this point of the qualifying. Of course, qualifying is one thing and race is another. Then we've got 71 laps of action to unfold around here tonight. Then, after this qualifying session is done and dusted, then this is just setting the grid. Then there's going to be there's going to be 20 drivers fighting for some big points here tonight as well. Then we'll wait and see how it all unfolds, and there still could be some chopping and changing in the order as well. Then as we go through this this qualifying as well, with 3.5 minutes or so to go, as Venom then coming into that final part of the lap then. He's just gone wide, then that's costly indeed, and as I think it was, I was just saying it in the comment section, wasn't it? That final corner is very difficult indeed to get right then, and unfortunately it's been costly for Venom as well then. Kia then, or Dark Shadow, sorry, is back through into Sector 3, then we'll stay on board with him actually, because we'll see what he can do then on this run as well then. Coming back down towards the penultimate corner then is the Racing Bull driver, then going a bit wide, then at the penultimate corner, then keeping it within track limits this time. No, unfortunately he's done exactly the same thing as Venom, which is a big shame indeed, and well, he wouldn't have improved on that time I don't think there, but he managed to get himself across the line nonetheless. Then hopefully he's got time to get himself back round and back out again then, or potentially he's got enough fuel on board to go for another run later on in this session if he can get himself back around the circuit. Good stuff. Right then, both Ferraris stuck in the pit lane. Oh no, we're not. Sorry, I completely missed it as well. Then Mushroom is on the track there. Never mind. We're all saved. So thank you very much, Mushroom. Mushroom then going for a second attempt then, or third attempt, I think actually. Let's see what we can do then on this run, and he will be, I think, the first of the time runners then who are currently out on track then to set the final laps of qualifying here. Yellow flag then for that Alpine coming back to the pit lane. I think that might be Tori starting a lap actually. We'll come back to that one then, because Mushroom is flying through then into Sector 2, and what's the Delta saying? He's found 59 thousandths of a second, and that is looking good enough indeed then. Hungry Style said he was going to come out and give his teammate a tow here, but well, the Ferrari strategy isn't working there for Styles. He's lost his car keys. But there we go. Here comes Mushroom then into turn 4. Then he doesn't need the tow, does Mushroom, does he? We'll see what he can do then as we go into Sector 3 momentarily. Then looking to improve. Then Dark Shadow has retired in the pit lane. He is done and dusted, unfortunately, in qualifying here then. But fair play indeed then for putting it on and putting on a show at least to try your best. And we've almost found 2/10 of a second there, I think, if my memory serves me correctly. It was only a few seconds ago, but I've already forgotten what the Delta was saying there. But now into the final corner then, I think, for the final time for the Mushroom. Then let's see what it's going to be, as Venom's also retired. Then Mushroom improves to a 5.1, puts himself P12 and finds 2.5 tenths of that previous time as well. Then who is next? I think it might be the Alpine of this man here. Or it might not be though, because unfortunately he's invalidated his time. Then he's got time to get himself back to the start finish and go again, but unfortunately that is not good news there for the Alpine of Tori then as well. Then he has got time, he will be able to go again now, but that was costly indeed, and unfortunately then invalidating that time. Then here comes Shadows. Then Shadows has got a McLaren in front of us here as well. Then hopefully that McLaren doesn't get in the way then of the Aston Martin, now flying into the final corner. Then he's just about kept it within track limits. Then let's see what it's going to be then from Shadows. He finds 2/10 of a second. He stays P6 though, 16, sorry, for the time being, but still a good improvement, and indeed then getting out of the way then of cars coming through. And Jinna has just been laughing at me. So there we go then. Oh, there's another Aston Martin off the circuit there. What's happened there then to Reflection? Then Reflection's had an issue then. Has he, I think he's just finished a lap actually, has Reflection. I've missed it because I was looking at the comment section. But Reflection then up into P4, but has had a bit of an escapade off the circuit then in Sector 1. But I think maybe just trying to get out of the way of cars coming through. And Mad Max has jumped up to P1 with a 4.3. Then he is 13 thousandths of a second ahead of Kaz as it stands as well here. But very brilliant stuff indeed. Then here comes Kaz. He's had an issue somewhere on that lap then, hasn't he? I think then has Kaz. Then he's coming back to, well, he's coming across the line. And, well, what is going on there? That Mercedes, oh, dearie me, what is going on there? Kaz has finished the session, and I think the Mercedes then of Lewis Riley then has also finished the session, but so they weren't doing that on purpose. That was not them under control of the car. I'm missing all the laps coming in. Then Vessi is up into P3. Kieran then is on an out lap. Then Equaz is retired from the session. He is P8, unfortunately. Then, oh dear, Kieran's had a bit of a crash, and that's him out of qualifying. Then Reflection is invalidated his time. Legend then is P9. Then, oh dear, there's more action with the AI cars going through there. Then that's dangerous. Right then, where's Marsky? Marsky is coming back to the pit lane, and Vintage is also, or Vintage is calling to the pit lane as well, unfortunately for Vintage. But there we go. Problems with comms and communication with Ferrari, says Styles. Then should have stayed in the pits with that Tim. I think Mushroom is he's not too happy then, is Mushroom. But to be fair, I couldn't do any better, so that's all right. Scrap, says Equaz as well then. So, well, that's the qualifying done and dusted here in Austria. Then we've done that for 18 minutes now. We've set the grid. and we're just waiting for everyone to get themselves back in the box then, and we can crack on then with 71 laps of action. And I'm not sure, we haven't heard any word then in the comments just yet of what the weather situation is going to be like for the race, but it does look a bit rainy at the moment. Well, it looks potentially like it could get a bit rainy any moment in Austria, and it can do at any moment in Austria as well then, as I definitely know after all of my years of racing in Austria. I'm very disappointed in the weather around here, but there we go then. Right, we've got everyone back in and back in the garages as well then, I think, and we will be able to crack on then with the race in just a moment's time then. We'll run through the classification of qualifying and get ourselves set up for the Grand Prix itself. And there we are then. Mad Max then with a 4.3 then puts himself on pole position as well. Then Kaz then on the front row, also 13,000 of a second back then as well. Vessia then P3 then for Mercedes, and Kieran then in P4 then for the Kick Sauber, then Tori in P5, Reflection in P6, Lewis Riley in P7, Equaz in P8, and he has said scraps in the comment section. Legend and Legend and Noise make up the top 10 for the Haas team. There we go. R2B in the Alpine P11, then Marvsky in P12, Liam in P13, JP in P14, Vintage P15, Mushroom then in P16, Shadows P17, Venom, Dark Shadow P18 and 19, and Hungry Styles couldn't get himself out of the pit lane, could he, unfortunately then. We'll be back in just a brief second then from after a word from our lovely sponsors. Right, we're back then, ready for action then. Well, the drivers aren't just yet, they're getting themselves sorted for the start of the race then. Looks like it's a nice and sunny start as well out here, which is very good stuff indeed. And Equaz, you don't even earn points in quali, says Gina then, and that's correct, yes, you don't. But yeah, anyway, we've set the grid. We'll go through it then as we go through the formation lap as well then, waiting for the drivers then to just get themselves set and ready to get cracking here then in Austria. It won't be long then before we get started then, I hope. Nope, we're underway. Good stuff indeed. There we go. Formation lap then is go. And we will have a quick peek at what the tyre situations are then for all the drivers out there as well then. And, well, unlike Canada, we've got more of a rigid set of strategies out there then for the drivers as well then. No soft compound tyres in sight, which is fantastic to see. But we have got the top six then. Oh dear, someone's going off the wrong way there. We have got the top six then opting for the medium compound tyres. So Mad Max leading the way then, returning of course then after all of these situations that were going on in Iran then. So good to see our Iranian drivers coming back as well then. Of course now that they got hopefully everything's a bit more sorted. I'm not sure it's completely sorted, but it's a terrible situation going on at the moment there. But hopefully everything is on the mend then as well. Then Mad Max leads away from pole position, medium compounds, as is Kaz then in P2, then Vessia in P3, Kieran in P4, Tori in P5, Reflection in P6. Then we've got Lewis Riley opting for the hard compound tyres then in Mercedes, so that's an interesting call then from the Mercedes driver. Then we'll see how the strategy unfolds. Mercedes splitting the strategy there then. Equaz in P8 then on the medium compound tyres. Then Legend and Noise have switched the strategies as well down at Haas then in P9 and 10 respectively. Then hard compound tyres for the ALR David Trump, then mediums for R2B's gone for the mediums as well. Then Marvsky going for the hard compound tyre then to start the race in the Red Bull. Medium compounds then for Liam and JP. Then hards for Serious Mushroom and for Vintage. Shadows opting for the medium compound tyres. Venom opting for the hard compound tyres. And Dark Shadow and Styles opting for the medium compound tyres. And have to rush through that because we've got the race unfolding. It's a very short lap around here, so I'm going to be losing my breath very quickly around here as well then. And I'm already losing my breath, and never mind, so it doesn't matter. Right then, good stuff. Hopefully we get ourselves all sorted. We get a better camera angle than this for the start, and we will crack on then for 71 laps of Austrian action here, as everyone lining up then on the grids as we start off round 4 then of the 100% league as well then tonight then. There we go then, everyone parked up. Here we go, 5 red lights then coming on here in Austria. Then the 5 red lights are on then. The 5 red lights are out in Austria, and away we go. And it's a good start from Kaz then. He's got the jump then, I think, on Mad Max then as we head for... Oh dear, he's ghosted. As we head through into turn 1 then. Oh dear, what is going on there then? As there's a bit more moving and shaking in the background as well. Then all sorts of action. Then Kaz has taken the lead. And he's up into P1 then, and now his teammate Kieran is trying to go. Where is that? Why is the strategies in the way there? Goodness me! As Kieran's going down the inside at turn 3 really, and up into P2. So kicks out, but then have had a storming start. But Mad Max is fighting back now, trying to get himself back up into P2. Then all sorts of action in the background. Then we've had Vintage unfortunately dropped down 4 places. What's happened there to Vintage in the first couple of corners? R2 Beat trying to pass the 2 Hasses then as we go through into sector 2, and there's still some side-by-side action here as well as we go down the inside. Then there's Noise then has lost out one place. There's a car off the track. There's an Alpine off the track. Then is that R2 Beat or is that Tory? Then Tory's off the track. Goodness me, as we've had an issue then for Tory then going through into sector 2. He's now got Lewis Riley trying to get himself back past into P7 here then as we head through then into the penultimate corners then of the lap. Then the first lap completed. There's a Haas going a bit wide there. That's Legend, I think, then as we go now over the line to start off lap 2. DRS now enabled then. Everyone's got themselves through unscathed, I think, for the time being, which is good stuff indeed. I might have jinxed that now, but there we go. As we head through then lap 2, then both Kick Saubers now lead the way. They've both gained places off the start as well. Then Mad Max dropping down from the pole position here, unfortunately then for the Williams driver there, but he's still in contention as we go now into sector 2. Liam then and Liam and Noise having a bit of a battle then as well then as we go over the hill then, and up we go then as we crack on now into sector 2, I should say, for the time being. We'll fly through into sector 3, I'm sure, very quickly indeed. But Noise and Liam having a bit of a battle there. We can see on board then with JP as Liam, I think, has snuck through, or has he? Yes, he has snuck through into... Oh my goodness me, he's been pushed through the corner by the Haas, unfortunately. Well, almost, it looks like that, but that probably wasn't exactly the case. But there we go then. Of course, Noise then starting on the hard compound tyres, then maybe having a bit of a slower start, getting those tyres warmed up at the moment then, but of course they will kick in then and be the better tyre then in the long term, that is. Right, lap 3, Kieran sets the fastest lap then. He's overtaken his teammate. I completely missed it. Tory sets the fastest lap now. Oh my god then. Kaz almost into the back of Kieran then into turn 1. He's gone very wide, then that could open the door potentially for Mad Max to try and steal back that P2 position, or could it? There's a bit of contact there between the two of them then as we go up the hill towards turn 3, and there's more contact there as well then. Kaz, what are you doing? And wow, and Vessi trying to sneak through as well now. Can he sneak through then? I think Mad Max has got that covered off then, but he's not going to be too happy with Kaz, I'm sure, there as we head now into turn 4 then. Mad Max then looking to try and get that position back then. It was a bit muscled out then by Kaz, but it's all status quo then as it was then before turn 1, that is. Right then, now heading through then into sector 3 just about now, and everyone's filtering through very nicely indeed at the moment, and they're looking very good indeed out there then here in Austria then. A fantastic scene indeed. The sun is shining in Styria then. What more could you ask for? Well, I don't know, but who knows. Right, then as we go through then into the penultimate corner, then the final corner now I should say, will there be a role reversal then here at Kick Sauber then. We saw Kaz then going for an ambitious move, and it almost cost him P2, didn't it? But he has stayed back then this time into turn 1, and now biding his time then, thinking about a move then on his teammate then for the lead of the Grand Prix. Onto lap 4 we go. We're flying through the laps here, and so far so good then. Vintage has been passed by Styles then as well then. I think Styles then is looking to get himself a bit of a shuffle on now as well then, and get himself past. We've got Vess here and Mad Max then having a battle then at the exit of turn 3 then. Mad Max with the traction has been able to regain the spot then, but Vess is coming back at him as we head now into turn 4. Oh dear, it's going to get close indeed there. Then Vessi going for a late braking move. Then when he's made the move, stick, and he's up into podium places now. Brilliant stuff indeed. P3 then for Vessi. Then Max, unfortunately, after that fantastic pole position, then has gone back 3 places in the first laps. Then, but maybe he can just hold it all together. Then, of course, it's a long old race. Then he may be just looking to maybe he's looking to fuel save those tyres then in the first few laps as well then, because that is where you burn them out pretty quickly indeed. Then Reflection now chasing him down then in P5 then for the Aston Martin. Then Equaz up 2 places up into P6 as we go now on to lap 5. And my goodness me, we are flying through them. Hungry Styles has had an issue somewhere, because Hungry Styles and Dark Shadow have, well, he's just got himself past Dark Shadow there, but Styles I thought was going for a move then on the racing ball. Then Liam's got a 3-second penalty, unfortunately for Liam, then the first penalty of the evening. But again, penalties can roll in pretty quickly, especially in those last couple of corners then as well. Then we found as Styles then is up into P19, then he's got a bit of work to do to try and chase down the order then, chase down the rest of the order I should say. Then Equaz has passed Tory then for P6. And, well, no, I think it was Tory going for the move then for P6, wasn't it there? Because Tory's going for another move then as we go into turn 4, but not quite then. And just a bit, just another inch or 2 then, and he would have made contact then with the racing ball then. As is it going to go down the inside there? Now that's going to be tight indeed then, but Tory then just about, well, Equaz just about holds on then, I should say, but Tory then is all over the back of the racing ball then as we go now into sector 3. And, well, it's very close racing out there. To be fair, they really are putting on the pressure then on each other, I should say. Then, as oh god, I thought there was somebody going off wide there, but thankfully not. It just looked like it. Lewis has got a 3-second penalty as well. Then going through the final corner, I think that was for the Mercedes driver. Unfortunately, then he's on the hard compound tyres, I believe. They have a situation. Look at the tyre situation. Then hard compound tyres. It is then for Lewis, and so of course he's looking to go longer than the 7 drivers ahead of him and a few other drivers then just behind him as well then. So it's not all done and dusted just yet out here. Marvsky and Shadows having a bit of a battle. Then Marvsky up into P15, and of course he's on the hard compound tyres as well then, isn't he? So he is looking to go longer in this first stint as we go through then. But Shadows might be thinking about getting that position back then with the aid of some DRS. Then we've got all sorts of moves then as JP has gone down the inside at turn 4 then, and now there's a Ferrari of Mushroom trying to squeeze through. There's a 3-second penalty there. I think that might be able to be reviewed after the race for that one. But yes, nonetheless then, I think there was a bit of a squeeze. But yes, we'll wait and see as we go through now into sector 3. Mushroom then has, sorry, JP has got himself past Liam, I should say, and Mushroom I think was trying to get himself through as well at the same point there. But as we go now over the crest of the hill and on to lap 7 now. We will wait and see how it all plays out here. Then Marsky is caught up. Then Shadows then is staying within the DRS toe. Then Venom as well. Then on the hard compound tyres doing a great job on those hard compounds as well. Then Vintage then is trying to play catch up then as well. There's same for Styles in dear, I'm not sure if there was a problem there, but Kaz has taken the lead of the Grand Prix. They're heading into turn 3, and is Vessia going to go into the back of his friend, I think, Kieran? No, not quite. They managed to get that slowed down just in time there, but good stuff indeed. Status quo for the rest of the order then as it stands then on to lap 7 then. Legend and Noise did a good job then in the Haas team. Then we'll see what they can do then later on in this Grand Prix. Then Noise then is at the back of this train then, but of course this train leads all the way up to the top of the order then at the moment. JP then is leading the way then in this battle of P12. Then he's now got Mushroom and Liam then for company. Then as we go through into turn 5, then Mushroom then makes the move round the outside. Can he hold it there is the question. Yes he can. It's a great move indeed. P13 then for the Mushroom. And he's also on the hard compound tyres, so there's only 2 drivers on the hard compound tyres ahead of Mushroom at this point, as Noise gets a penalty as well, and that's going through the final corner as well, unfortunately. Then that is where the penalties are starting to rack up. Then Kaz sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix then, yes, what I was saying, in hard compound tyres, there's only two drivers ahead of Mushroom on the hard compound tyres, so potentially, if the hard compound tyre strat is the right one, as JP gone a bit wide, then at the exit of turn 1, that can open the door for Mushroom to go for a move, and he will go for it now then up towards, through turn 2, technically turn 2, and into turn 3, and we get it slowed down nice enough. Then Liam then trying to make a move as well. Then he's gone off the circuit slightly there as well, then trying to get himself back on. Then there's Marvsky done trying to get through here then in the Red Bull. Goodness me, they're all over the place. They're all over each other, I should say. They're trying to make those moves as Liam trying to cover the move into turn 4, and has done just about there as well. all this battling is catching vintage up as well then on the hard compound tyres. And Styles also in the mix as well then as we go through. But so far so good. Then Kaz is almost trying to break that gap, I think then. It was over 0.8 of a second. It's come back down slightly now, but yes. So I thought Kaz was trying to get the break the DRS then on his teammate and the rivals behind him as well. But not quite then. He's still got the DRS then, has Kieran then, as we filter through then onto lap 9 then. Noise then is still in the back of this train then. Noise on the hard compound tyres. Same for Lewis as well then. This is working out quite well actually for those on the hard compound tyres. As I said, that Noise has gone wildly off the circuit then at the exit of turn 1. He's spun the car. Unfortunately, they're trying to get himself back on now, but unfortunately that has cost him a plethora of positions then, and it was all going so well on his debut as well then. I think he's got wing damage, or has he? Yes, he has got wing damage then on the left-hand side, unfortunately there, but that's a big shame indeed, because it was going so well then off the first few laps then of his ALR debut. Then Reflection has passed Tory then for P5 I should say, but my goodness me then, all action here as well then. Will he have to come into the pit lane though is the question then. He's now got Styles then all over the back of him as well then. Styles is caught up then after that spin then for the Haas, which is a big shame indeed, because he was going so well then, and it's a long race as well then. And of course even with this damage, you can see how quickly Styles is caught up as well then as we go through then into sector 3. Then Styles trying to go round the Haas, then he has done, but a big shame indeed for Noise as well then. So hopefully he can get himself back in the pit lane and service that car quickly as well then. But yes, he is back on the pit lane as well then. So, unfortunately it's a very difficult one. We've got Liam also in the pit lane as well then. Is there a wing change for Liam? No, he's going for a strategy call here, so he's going for Liam compound tyres again then, has Liam. And as Styles has got a 3-second penalty, unfortunately, then pushing at the exit of turn 1. We've got Venom then passing Shadows. Then is this an indication that the hard compound tyres are a better tyre at this point now? Then 10 laps in, then we've seen Liam pit from the medium compound tyres. Then Noise is pit for a set of hard compound tyres. Can Shadows make a move around the outside? We've got a lovely shot from the front wing, but we can't quite see where the Williams is. And there he is. Then he's still ahead. Then is Venom on those hard compound tyres. So potentially this is maybe the switching ground then for mediums to hards. We'll wait and see then as we filter through then. So we've had Liam into the pits then. Kaz has got a 3-second penalty then going through the penultimate corner there. That's costly indeed. He was pushing hard then to try and break the DRS then of his teammate then, and I think he might have done just now, but unfortunately as no it's not unfortunately. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Unfortunately, he's got a penalty, I should say. That is the unfortunate thing. But he is all right then. He is still in the race, I should say. But that 3 seconds is going to be costly then if it stays as it is then towards the end of the Grand Prix, then locking up then into turn 3. Kieran is caught up then. Vessia then still in the queue. Mad Max, Reflection, Tory, Equaz, Lewis, Riley on the hard compound tyres. Legend and R2 beat them. The top 10 in a battle then for the race win here as it stands. And there could be more to change that as well then. We'll wait and see. But so far so good then as well then. Mushroom then is fighting off JP. Oh god, there's a late move then from JP. He's got himself well, has he got himself spun around then? He hasn't got himself spun around. He's trying to get himself on the circuit again then, unfortunately in the gravel trap. Thankfully the gravel trap doesn't stop the cars. I don't think it does anyway on the as he's retired on the circuit as well then. Goodness me. And hopefully that's it's far enough ahead then for Liam then that he doesn't cause any issues there as well then for the McLaren, of course, who has just pitted for his fresh medium compound tyres. And but yeah, JP unfortunately out of the Grand Prix then, the first retirement of the session as well then, but his car has been cleared away now. Goodness me. Right then, we crack on. Still, Kick Sauber's leading the way. Kick Sauber's putting them under pressure then. And we've got Legend pushing and trying to get himself up into P8, and he has passed. He has passed Liam. Lewis, sorry. There's too many L's. Legend, Lewis, and Liam then. Good stuff from me. There's probably somebody else there as well. But no, he has got himself up into P8 then. Unfortunately with that move, he has cost himself. No, he hasn't, because Liam, goodness me, Legend, no, Lewis has come back through. And no, they're still fighting then through turn 4 then on the exit then as well. Then this is costing them DRS though to the top 7 now then, and that could split up the order a bit more here. We'll wait and see. They've got the battery then to fight back, then we'll wait and see as well then. But potentially that could be costly indeed then. Noise has passed Dark Shadow then for, oh god, he's gone very deep then, has the racing ball then, but Noise has kept the position then as well. The good stuff indeed. Who got the DRS though? Not sure. Oh look, Dark Shadow did. Good stuff indeed. Right then, as we head into turn 4, and Noise holds on to the position. We had, I think it was Lewis then picking up a penalty, unfortunately then. No more pit stops have been made just yet then, as we go through then into lap 13. We're flying through these laps at a great rate of knots then. Legend has lost DRS, then Equaz is close to dropping out of that DRS as well then here, unfortunately for the Racing Bull driver then for now. I think he might have got himself back in that window though as well then. Yes, he has. Good stuff indeed. But Legend then unfortunately is going to be under pressure from Lewis very soon then, and Lewis, here he comes now with the aid of some DRS then, those hard compound tyres. I'm sure the better tyre at this stage then. Lewis going to go around the outside at turn 4. Can he make it stick then? Oh dear, Legend's lost a bit of traction then. I think those medium compound tyres getting a bit old and worse for wear, but he has made the move now, has Lewis then. Vintage has passed. Oh dear, Vintage has gone very deep. Where's he gone? The yellow flags. What's happened then? Noise is off the circuit at turn 1 again then. Goodness me, it's going all wrong then for the debutant tonight, unfortunately. And, well, we wanted to see him that he was doing very well, and we wanted to see him do well as well. Then we've got more problems then. No, we haven't. We've got Mad Max in the pit lane. That's what's happening there. And into the box we go then for the pole sitter as well then. Unfortunately, Noise then having a few issues out there then, to say the least, which is a big shame indeed then. Hopefully he can get himself back to the pit lane. I don't think he's on that occasion, but there we go. Hard compound tyres going on the Williams car now, as Mad Max then filtering out then. He will be behind Hungry Styles, and I think as he comes out of the pit lane here. But there might be some more pit stops to be triggered from that as well then, unfortunately. So yeah, there's more damage there for the Haas then. Unfortunately, it's just not going his way tonight on his first race of his ALR career. But obviously, oh dear, Styles and Shadows then are getting in the mix as well then. Styles, I think, has gone through. Shadows has got the DRS once again then to try and fight back here then as we head towards turn 4. Yeah, hopefully he can get himself back in the pit then and carry on then in this race. And he's gone very wide there as well, heading into the box. Oh god, oh dear. Oh, and there's a crash then into the pit lane and out of the race as well then, unfortunately there for the Haas driver then. So 2 retirements then in the pit lane. Unfortunately, so far in this race, 15 laps in here as we crack on now into turn 1 then. And into the pit comes Equaz as well then. So Equaz has Tori's got a 3-second penalty, unfortunately. Equaz then is into the box as well then. So is he going to cover off Mad Max there as well then, or try and catch up to Mad Max as well? We'll have to look and see. I think he'll be out behind the Williams car, unfortunately, won't he? But there we go. And I need to pause for it to sniff. Job done. Right then, cracking on then. Mad Max has caught up then to Shadows. Of course, Shadows and Hungry Styles have yet to pit then. Same for Vintage, same for Venom then, who are the lead of this queue here then behind, for Mad Max then, who's going to try and get himself through this order as quickly as possible. Equaz then is out 3 seconds behind, but has 1 lap fresher tyres there. There's more pit stops still to follow here, I'm sure, as we go through then lap 15. Then here come the Kick Salvers, and they have not broken any toe then from Vessia, who of course is our championship leader. I need to keep saying it as well. He's got himself in the podium contention then as well then, and of course looking to extend his championship lead tonight if he can. Tori then has dropped down to that 1 second window, I think, just about then, unfortunately then for the Alpine. That could open the door for Reflection to try and sneak through. But no more pit stops then on to lap 16 as far as we can tell. So there we go, we're cracking on then. Marsky is trying to put the pressure on Serious Mushroom for now, as Venom then as well is it can pass by Vintage, I think, there, but that's the situation down there then, as Mad Max trying to get himself past Styles. Then he's got himself past Shadows, who's dropped out of the DRS. Then Styles has had an issue, then he's lost, he's got a 3-second penalty, I should say, out of turn 1. Then Marsky is past Mushroom then for P9, sorry. But Mushroom looking to fight back then as we go down towards turn 4. Then here comes Venom. Venom making the move then on Vintage then for P11. And he has done. And can he hold on to it as well? Then I think he can. Hungry Styles then, Mad Max. And Mad Max is we're stuck in a bit of traffic here as well, then, which is not where he wants to be, is it? After making that early stop for the hard compound tyres, unfortunately then for Mad Max, he is he's on the freshest tyres of the field, apart from Equaz, who is catching up now then on his hard compound tyres as well here. But very early stops then as well. Then Vess here is making an early stop, a stop I would say, into the pit lane now then for the Mercedes driver. Where will he filter out as well then? So stops starting to come then for the medium compound tyre runners. We will be able to see what was bent to a 3-second penalty as well. Then unfortunately going through that penultimate corner, wasn't it there? Costly indeed. Then Vessia, then will he come out ahead of Venom? It's going to be very close indeed as we go towards turn 1. I think the Williams might be able to sneak ahead here. Then as Vessia comes out of the pit lane now, and he will be behind this queue of cars as well. Then and Mad Max has gone through as well. Then Mad Max is trying to get himself past Vintage here, and he has done as well then on his hard compound tyres. And oh goodness me, what's happened there then? Oh, there's somebody, I thought somebody went off there, but maybe it was just me. Right then, Marsky and Mushroom having their battle then. Mushroom back up into, ooh, that's close indeed. A very nice attempt to switch back there. Mushroom has the inside now. Vessia and Hungry Styles have switched places then. Vessia then, has, of course, just pitted, hasn't he then? Equaz has caught up to this fight as well now. With all the battling going on then, he's going to go down the inside there then on Vintage. That's close indeed. There's contact then, I think, between the Haas and the, not the Haas, sorry, the McLaren and the, oh goodness me, there's a McLaren and the Mercedes, goodness me, that's what I'm trying to say. And Styles is under pressure now from Equaz as Equaz trying to push his way through then on his fresh tyres as well. Then Equaz up into P14. And there we go. And here we are then. Vessia then is looking to try and make a move then on Venom then as well as his next target then in towards turn 1. Then he's staying behind for now though as we go into turn 1. Then Equaz can't get past Vintage. He's got a penalty unfortunately as well. Then there's a Williams has gone very wide then as Venom, but he's soldiering on out there. Then he's going to get past I think by Vessia now with the aid of some DRS. Vintage has been passed by Equaz as well. There's a few drivers out there who've yet to pit then that are being a bit of a blockade at this point then to those who have pitted of course. But that is the option you've got then when you choose to pit early then or choose to try and extend your stint then in the first stint. Then here comes Equaz trying to get down the inside into turn 4 then on the Williams of Venom. Then he has made the move into turn 4 then. Now can he try and chase after Vessia as well then? My stomach is rumbling. Just a bit of insight there on what's going on here. But the top two, here they are. Kaz and Kieran leading the way. Into the pits comes Legend then. Legend is calling it a day then on his medium compound tyres. And let's see what he's going to choose now then. 18 laps then on the medium compound tyres. We're seeing a few drivers try to extend that, but a few drivers have also called it quits then on those sort of life of tyres as well then. So that is that then done and dusted. Then more medium compound tyres going on though. So Legend's opting for more medium tyres then for his second stint in this Grand Prix then. Where will he filter out then? He'll be behind Shadows then, just ahead of Liam as well then. And here we are then. Here is the lead two. Lead duo. They have dropped Tory then by 1.7 seconds, so Tory's not out of it just yet then, to be fair. Reflection also in the contention for a podium as well here then, of course, last season's champion, and still the reigning champion, of course. So there we go then. Vintage and Venom have switched places then. Vintage up into P12 with the aid of some DRS then into turn 4 then. Good stuff indeed. Then Equaz not close enough then to the DRS. Then Kaz, oh no, we haven't got Kaz in the pit. Kaz taking the lead because, well, he has taken the lead because Kieran is into the pit lane. He is calling it a day then on his medium compounds as well. So there we are. Hard to beat filtering in the Alpine. So there's a few drivers then now calling it quits then on those medium compound tyres. Then will those who have pitted then make the undercut work? And we'll wait and see. Then here comes Mad Max. Then let's see where he will be. Then he's ahead. He'll be ahead of Kieran. He has made those hard compound tyres work. And of course he's got 6 lap older tyres than Kieran will do. But Kieran's opted for the medium compound tyres here as well. Then Equaz has gone out ahead of him as well here then into turn 1, into turn 2 I should say. Then Marsky, oh dear, there's contact between Marsky and Mad Max. Then Mad Max on the traction then is a bit quicker of course with the fresher tyres. Marsky trying to get himself past Mushroom now. As we go in towards turn 4 then, can he make a move down the inside? No, not quite then. And Mad Max is being caught up then by these duo battling them as well then. Vessia and Kieran, and Equaz then could get themselves into the mix then. So Equaz was passed by Kieran there as he came out of the pit lane as well then. But of course is looking to stay within the DRS as close as he can. Then Hungry Styles as Kaz has got another penalty. Then Hungry Styles and Venom switching places as well. Then we've got Reflection into the pit lane. Mad Max has passed Marsky. Then all action starting to unfold as the pit stops start to flow as well. Then a Reflection into the box then, calling it a day then on the medium compounds then for the Aston Martin. And it's a new set of mediums as well then. He's had a bit of a slow stop then. What's going on here? Reflection. There we go. He goes again now. And again, will he get out ahead of Vintage is the question then, because that would be very good news indeed then for Reflection if he can do, but it's going to be close indeed. On the exit here then, Vintage is behind for now then, but he will have a bit of a quicker exit. I'm sure there's Mad Max and Mushroom are having a battle, and goodness me, through turn 3, Mad Max, I think, has snuck his way through now. But look at the gaggle of cars here then, and Mad Max has now got himself to the lead of the queue here, but now Mushroom, and now the Mercedes of Vessia trying to sneak his nose in there as well then. And, oh God, there's more issues there, I think, then, but Vessia has got himself past Marvsky, then Kieran's got himself past Marvsky as well. Equaz, unfortunately, has had an issue somewhere because he's lost out then quite dramatically then as well then to the field ahead, or to the group of the gaggle of cars, of course, who have made their pit stops ahead, I should say. Wow, that was dicey to say the least, wasn't it? Mad Max then up into P4 then. Of course, the top 3 have yet to pit in this Grand Prix. Mushroom is in the pit lane, so Mushroom is calling it a day on his hard compound tyres as well. Let's see what he's going to go for next then is the question. Very good pit entry that was as well, and it was very quick indeed. I think the quickest we've seen so far. Right then, it is going to be medium compound tyres going on the Ferrari then, and away he goes. I thought we had some chopping and changing there as well. I think Kieran's got himself ahead of Vessia, has he? Potentially, I'm not sure. But there we are then. Ekpaz has caught up then to this battle as well. Legend passing Vintage with the aid of some DRS then up into P10 now goes Legend, and good stuff indeed then. We've had a pit stop for Mushroom, and Mushroom now on the freshest tyres of the field. So has he got something in mind then, Mushroom? Then we'll wait and see. Right then, out in front, Kaz has lost the lead, and I didn't notice it. I'm very sorry, Tori. Tori took the lead, but now the top 2, they're separated by 4 seconds to the rest of the field. They're staying out again then, are the top 2, and as we go through then onto lap 23, then we are flying through the laps, to be fair. But let's see then I'm not sure what happened to Kaz. Then we did see him pick up a penalty, didn't he? So maybe he went wide then and cost himself a position as well then to the Alpine of Tori then, who leads the way now onto lap 23. Then we've got more moves then for R2 Beat, then R2 Beat up into P13, passing the Williams of Venom. Then we've got a Shadows then in the background, and Shadows has done 22 laps on the medium compound tyres as Kieran sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, slowing the car down then into the pit lane, go for Shadows. Then Hungry Styles also in the pit lane as well then for Ferrari, and they will get themselves serviced and sorted, and away we go. Right then, as Kaz has inherited the lead once again then, going through to turn 4, making the move then with the aid of the DRS then on the Alpine of Tori then. These two have got a lot of penalties there, but they haven't pitted just yet then. They're probably trying to extend the stint for as long as possible then. If there's a late safety car, or not a late safety car, middle of the race safety car, Shadows out of the pit lane in P17, then fresh hard compound tyres now for the Aston Martin there. Let's see what he can do. Will there be some pit stops though? These two then staying out once again then as we go through then into lap 24 now. No pit stop there for Kaz or for Tori. Then of course Lewis, staying out then as well then on the hard compound tyres. Mad Max then has got a bit of a lap car there. Then that's I think Kia then just getting herself out of the way then. Thankfully, good stuff indeed. Mad Max then has he's got some company now because he's been caught up by Kieran, hasn't he? Here then Vessia has been dropped out of the DRS. Then Marvsky is holding up Ekwas as we go through then into turn 1. Then Ekwas trying to get himself past the sister team car, and I think this time then will make the move then with the aid of some DRS. Then Reflection's also in the fight here then for the Aston Martin team, and Legend is not far behind as well. Then Reflection goes for it I should say then into turn 3. Then Legend now catching up then on his medium compound tyres too. One stop possible, says Ginna then. I'm not sure. Well, maybe the top 2 are going for it. You'll have to wait and see. But they'd have to probably do... Well, they have to put... Well, they're not that far away from it. I thought they were going to be miles away from it. But if they get their medium compound tyres to lap 30 or so, potentially the hard compound tyres can do 40 laps or so as well then. So maybe they are opting for the one-stop strategy. We'll wait and see. And they're definitely not pitting then at the end of lap 24. Yellow flags. I think it's for Kia just getting out the way, I think that is. So fair play indeed then. Fair play to Dark Shadow, that is. I keep calling him Kia because that's his Discord name. But fair play indeed then for just keeping it nice and clean then, and getting out the way then of those coming through as well then. Legend then is he's out of DRS then on the 2 ahead of him here as well then. But can he use the battery to push himself back in that 1 second window? I think he can. And I think he's done it there as well then. Good stuff indeed. Kieran's past Mad Max for P4. Kieran then up into P4. Then of course is was the highest of the pitted drivers, I should say. Then Reflection passing Equaz for P7. Kieran then of course is the highest of the pitted runners, I should say. Then so potentially, well, it looks like he's going to be doing a 2-stop for sure. Then well, I think he is for sure actually, because he's done medium so far in this race. But we'll wait and see. So potentially we're looking at the top 3 doing a 1-stop strategy then, and potentially everybody else doing a 2-stop strategy here. We'll wait and see. That's what I was thinking, says Gina as well. Then I was thinking, says Gina, that's terrible stuff indeed. You don't want to do that too much. Mushroom has passed Liam then for P14. And on the charge then for some more points. Paying decisions as Kaz is into the pit lane. So Kaz is calling it a day then on his medium compound tyres after 25 laps. What are we going to see here then from Kick Sauber? Then he's going to be dropping down the field a bit there, but of course he'll be on the freshest tyres of the grid as well. But it's going to be a set of hard compound tyres going on that Kick Sauber then, and away he'll go. He will be, well, will he be out and behind? He'll be ahead, I think, just about, if he gets himself out of the pit lane quickly, then ahead of R2 Beat on his hard compact. It's going to be close though, to be fair. Then out of the pit lane we go then, and Kaz is going to be, well, he's going to be under pressure from R2 Beat then as we go into, oh dear, where is he going then as well? Then Venom's got a 3-second penalty, unfortunately. Then Vintage into the pit lane for a set of hard compound tyres will come out in P16, or will he be ahead of the Aston Martin just about potentially as well? Then we'll wait and see. Right then, where is Kaz? So Kaz has come out the pit lane then in P10, and he is ahead of R2B by 0.6 of a second. R2B has actually got himself into the DRS race with that, he pitted 6 laps ago, so it wasn't really an undercut, was it? But it's technically an undercut, I suppose, because he pitted before his rival. But R2B could get dragged along here as well, with Kaz now on the freshest tyres of the grid. And we'll wait and see how it all plays out here. But Mushroom then is trying to chase down Venom. Then Venom's yet to pit. Then he's done 25 laps on his hard compound tyres, same as Marvsky then in the Red Bull in P9. The same as the top 2. Then Lewis has done 26 laps now then on his hard compound tyres. Tory has done 26 laps on his medium compound tyres, and Marvsky's in the pit lane. Marvsky calling it a day then on his hards as well then. And it's going to be another set of hard compound tyres for the Red Bull. Then where will he filter out then? I think he might be, well, it's along the pit lane then, of course, for the Red Bull, because he's further along on the entry. Then he might be behind Hungry Styles here. We'll wait to see. Then Equaz and Legend are switching places. Then Legend up into P7. He's on the medium compound tyres as Legend. So will be a bit quick indeed then, or a bit quicker, I suppose you could say, for the next few laps or so, compared to the hard compound tyres. Then he's having a P7 now. Then Gino sent clear air for a couple of laps then of full cars, which will be good for the tyres as well there. The likes of Kaz, of course, then onto the fresh hard compound tyres, then it's got the clear air as well. Then that's certainly promising stuff indeed then for the first few laps of his stint. Then, as Gino has said, then he knows better than me. Lewis Riley is into pit lane. Lewis is calling it a day then on his hard compound tyres as well. 28 laps then, 27 laps I think. For Lewis's hard compound tyres. Out in front though, this man here, Tory, is carrying on then. He doesn't care what tyre he's on. He's going to go until his tyres pop, or hopefully before that happens, he gets himself into the pit lane. Lewis has gone for the medium compound tyres, and he will come out ahead of Serious Mushroom just about. Kaz then is he's dropped R2 Beat now. He's putting the pace down as well. Then 3 seconds is his gap then to Equaz, who has got 11 lap older tyres as well. Then so that could be quite a simple pass then when he catches up there to the Racing Bull. Then eventually, then 3 seconds the gap between Tory then and Kieran. Then of course there's a pit stop between them as well. Then as it stands, but as we've seen in the comment section from Gina, then we think that the Alpine potentially is on a one-stop strategy here, trying to get those tyres then to an optimum window to go for the hard compound tyres and only make one stop to the end of this Grand Prix. Then we'll wait and see in just a moment's time then, but he is cracking on then, is the Alpine, and on to lap 29 soon. The next two then is Mad Max and Kieran then, who are in the podium places now, catching up to it as well. Then as we go through then onto lap 29, then Reflection in P4, then Vessia then chasing them down. Then we've got Legend, then we've got Equaz, and Kaz is soon to catch up to the train as well then, I think. But of course, the aid of the DRS then at the moment is looking pretty strong there as well. Then of course there's 3 DRS zones around here, if you didn't know already. And oh dear, I thought Vessia was going to go right in the back of that Aston Martin there, but thankfully slowed the car down just in time. Has Vessia got wing damage there? He has. There's a right end plate missing on that Haas there, so there's been some shenanigans going on there for Vessia. We did see there was a move. He was making a move into this turn, wasn't he? I think, but I'm not sure how the as Vintage has got a 3-second penalty, unfortunately, as well. Then Dark Shadow is in the pit lane. Fair play indeed. Dark Shadow's done 27 laps on his medium compound tyres then, and he's still going in this race. Then fair play indeed as well. I'd hold Kieran up then if I was Tory. Then pit says the Ginner says the comments says Ginner. Right then Venom, I think no sorry Liam has passed Venom then into turn 4. Dark Shadow then out of the pit lane on hard compound tyres, and away he goes. Right then, out in front, the pit stoppers have caught up to the yet to pitter, and the yet to pitter is this man here. Then Tory then leading the way then of the Grand Prix for the last few laps, I should say, but of course has yet to make his stop. Then so Tory then has been told by as Lewis Riley sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Tory has been told by Gino in the comment section to hold up Kieran, then hold up Mad Max for as long as possible, and then pit. But I don't think it'll be too difficult for the Kick Sauber to try and get himself past here then as we go in towards turn 4. Then he's already alongside into the braking zone. Then Tory has the inside to try and defend, and they have got themselves through unscathed, but Kieran takes the lead of the Grand Prix then on the exit of turn 4 then. A good move indeed then. Tory just trying to hold on now. And of course his tyres will be much worse for wear than the Kick Saubers, and of course the Williams of Mad Max as well. Then Mad Max doesn't want to be held up too much behind the Alpine either, does he? As we go through then into lap 31 momentarily. Then will Tory make his way into the pit lane now? Then after he's been passed then by the new race leader of Kieran, then he stays out again. Then does the Alpine. Heading now on to lap 31 of 71. Goodness me. The Ginner says Ginner. Good stuff. Yeah, the Ginner. I do that with everyone, unfortunately. I'm not sure why. The Mushroom, the Styles. I do it for everybody. Yeah. Pit says Ginner as well. Then he is calling Tory into the box now. Then, but Tory is still out there. I think he might be under a bit of pressure soon from Mad Max then as we go through. Then Lewis has unfortunately picked up a penalty. They're going through into turn 1 then, and Mad Max I think will be able to make his way through as well then into P2, then passing with the aid of the DRS then into turn 4 then. And he has got through then. Marsky has passed Venom into turn 1 then. Oh dear, that's a difficult exit then for both of them, to be fair. Venom then trying to get that place back. Then Marsky then on a fresher set of tyres. Then Shadows has got a 3-second penalty as well. Then going through turn 1, he's under pressure from Vintage as we head through then into lap 31 then. Mad Max with that battling with Tory then has lost out to the DRS then of the race leader then Kieran. There he is over the crest of the hill then. He's just over that 1 second then that Mad Max really needs then to get himself that DRS assistance then as well. But into the pits this time goes Tory, and he is calling it a day then on his medium compound tyres now. So there we go then. He has answered the call then from Ginner in the comments as well. Then he is coming into the pit lane then, finishing off those tyres. 31 laps on the medium compound, and that's pretty good stuff indeed. He will filter out then, I think, just behind Mushroom. We'll wait and see. As he comes out of the pit lane now, hard compound tyres then to the end of the Grand Prix. I think then this is the plan then for the Alpine of Tory. Then we'll find out then what the pace is like now then as Lewis then catching up to R2 Then R2 and Kaz then has got himself, he was in a fight then with R2 wasn't he, but he came out of the pit lane, but he's now caught up to Equaz. He's passed Equaz then for P6. Now his next target is Legend on the medium compound tyres. Then they might be starting to struggle here as well. Then Marsky has passed Liam for P13. Marsky on the move on his fresh hard compound tyres as well here. And Liam's doing a mammoth stint as well, medium compound tyres too. So Liam then doing a good job on his mediums. Kieran then leading the way. Then he's been caught up. Then Mad Max has got himself back within DRS range. And if caught up to a lap car, I think then that might be Kia then just trying to get himself out of the way then of these guys coming through. Now on to lap 33. And we want to stay on board with this actually, because I think there might be some chopping and changing from here. No, not quite. They're all status quo, so that's fine. Right then, Vessia and Reflection might have some chopping and changing. Let's see that we've got more action in the background then, because Kaz is coming through then on Legend then with the aid of the DRS then into turn 3. Then he's made the move stick. He's up into P5 then, and away we go then. Vessia and Reflection stay as they were as we crest the top of the hill then on the way down towards turn 4. So Legend down to P6 then after Kaz has gone through then 7 lap old hard compound tyres. Then will we have to see a 2-stop from Kaz? Then Lewis has got himself past R2B with his fresher medium compound tyres as well then. So there's a few mixes of strategies out there. Then it's not all done and dusted just yet here in Austria because we've got strategies all over the place, to be fair. So good. Good stuff indeed. So Kaz then trying to get himself in that 1 second window then of the next rival. Then has he done it is the question though. I'm not sure he has actually. He might have just dropped out of that 1 second. Then just at the detection point, Styles has left the session. Let me get an invite for Styles quickly then, because I need to do that very quickly. Hungry. Where is Hungry Styles? There he is. Sorry guys, we'll get this done and back in the session quickly. Good stuff. Reflection's got a 3-second penalty. Then unfortunately for Reflection, I was inviting Styles, but I did still see that. Hopefully it doesn't hold it against me. But there we go then. Right then, as we go through then on to lap 34 then, almost at the halfway point of this Grand Prix, and we will see what the situation is as well then as we go through this second half of the race as well. Then Mad Max then is holding station now with Kieran then. Well, we'll have to wait and see what the strategy is going to be then from Kieran, because of course he's on the 2-stop strategy for sure. Equaz has passed Legend then for P6. He's on a 2-stop strategy before for sure, because he started on mediums. He's pitted again for mediums as well then. We've got Vintage and Liam switching places then, so the McLarens have a bit of team orders down at McLaren. I think they're the Vintage up into P14 now. Shadows has passed Venom, or has he? Yes, he has. Then Dark Shadow's got a penalty, unfortunately, for Dark Shadow. Fair play indeed for sticking at it as well. Then Shadows then is up into P16. We've got Kaz passing Vessia. Yellow flags. Yellow flags. Vessia. Vessia's had an issue then. On the main straight then is Vessia. He hasn't hit a bump again, has he? Goodness me. What's happened to Vessia then? He's got wing damage as well. 3-second penalty then for Liam as well then, unfortunately for Liam. But what has happened to Vessia there then? Reflection. Oh dear. What's going on? Reflections past Kaz. What is going on here? Styles is back in, hopefully. Kaz trying to go down the inside then. Oh, well, on the outside, sorry, I should say, into turn 4. He has made the move for P3. But what happened with Vessia then? I'm not sure. Goodness me. Out and some clean air then as well. Jin has put a lovely emoji. I'm not sure what that is. I can't see. It's too small. What's happened to Vessia? Unless there was contact somewhere, but well, really not sure then, because he's got major damage as well. Then his teammate now all over the back of him here as well, and there's an Alpine of R2B also trying to get himself in the mix here as well as we go into the penultimate corner. This is where it's problematic because he's got damage there, and oh dear. Well, Vessia is into the pit lane. But not sure what's happened then to Vessia, because he's definitely going to have to change that front wing then. Shadows and Liam switching places, then Shadows now passing the McLaren, then Vessia is into the pits, and he has got a front wing going on that car. But well, that's the least of his worries right now then, because he's onto a new set of hard compound tyres. I think he might be able to go to the end of the Grand Prix from here. We'll have to find out, of course. But we're not sure exactly what happened there. Then it was on the main straight of all places, so it's a bit of an odd place to lose your front wing. But I'm sure there will be a steward's inquiry into that one. Liam then is into the pits for hard compound tyres as well. Then he is back out and underway after a mammoth stint, to be fair, on his medium compound tyres as well. Right then, out in front, we've got Mad Max and Kieran then in the charge. Then we've got Kaz then, who's now up into P3. Reflection then is on older medium compound tyres. Oh dear, where's he going? He's back underway. He's at P4. Equaz then in P5 then, could be in a position to grab a podium place. And as it stands then, there is his teammate. Unfortunately, Dark Shadow has been lapped, but he's given his teammate a bit of DRS then down the main straight, protecting him from Legend as well here. Then Legend coming through in P6, then Lewis in P7. Then Lewis, hopefully Lewis is Mad Max has taken the lead of the Grand Prix into turn 3. Has he? Yes, he has. But Kieran with the switch back there. Kieran has, he's got the move back then with a fantastic switch back into turn 3 there as well. Then great stuff indeed. A great move then from the Kick Sauber driver. Then what were we saying? As Legend trying to get himself back past Equaz here as well then. So Legend is still in the mix then as well, as we go through then into turn 4 then. Lewis then is P7. Then we've got R2B then is P8 then as well. Then we've got Tori, of course, who is, I think, like we said in the comment section, discussing or trying to consider a one-stop strategy here. he's going to have to try and get himself to the end of the Grand Prix, which is another 30 laps or so, to the checkered flag then for the Alpine driver. Then can he do it? And then where will the one-stop strategy work out in terms of his final position then in the results, that is? Vintage has caught up now to Styles. Vessia as well then has made that pit stop for the new front wing, is now catching up to the fight here as well then is Vessia, and of course he's trying to recover in this race, but whatever happened there, we're not sure, we'll find out, but yes, it's a bit of a shame then as well, because Vessia was looking good indeed, as we've got Kieran and Mad Max going for a fight once again. Oh, Mad Max has gone off the circuit. Mad Max has lost the car on traction then at the exit of turn 3. He's gone for a spin, then he's got front wing damage as well. Now Kaz is going to go through and up into P2. What's happened there then? Mad Max then losing the traction, then Venom's got a penalty as well then, unfortunately for Venom. Well, Venom's done 37 laps on his hard compound tyres. I was about to say that before all this kicked off as well then, but Mad Max then, as I made it as a costly error then as well, then he's dropped out of the dropped out of the order then as well. The Venom's retired in the pit lane. Another driver out of the race in the pits as well then. Lewis Riley has passed Legend then for P6 then, and all of this shenanigans kicking off now on lap 38 as Mad Max is going to have to come into the pit lane and sort out that front wing for sure. Then he will be able to get himself to the end of the Grand Prix, I'm pretty sure as well then, with his next stint. Well, he's got a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well then. Mad Max has gone from bad to worse there as well then for the pole sitter here. Well, we'll see what he can do then. He's got some pace then, as Venom has left the session then. He's got some pace then, so can he recover then, at least get himself some good points here tonight then, but unfortunately it's not going the way that he wants it to go then after that spin at the exit of turn 3. Tori then has got a 3-second penalty then. Mushroom's got himself up into P9. We've got Equaz and Lewis having a battle then for P4 then, so Lewis now on a bit of a charge here, isn't he? As he tries to go for a move then, this time with the aid of some DRS then on Equaz. He gets himself up into P4 now then, and into turn 4 we've got a lock up then for R2 Beat, and goodness me, how did he not make contact there? But those tyres are definitely going to be like 50 pence pieces now after that lock up then. All the tyre smoke coming out there as he tries to slow the car down then. Right, what's the next stage then of this Grand Prix? We go through then on to lap 39 then, soon to be lap 40 then, out in front. Kieran leads the way then on to lap 40 now. He's got his teammate then 3 seconds behind then. There's a bit more of a gap then to Reflection. Lewis Riley then is 2.6 seconds behind Reflection as well then. Venom has said the Williams feels horrible here then. I don't know how Mad Max does it then. Time to play some Tekken. Right then, fair play indeed though for putting on a show then at least, and trying your best then. That's in the Williams, and it is well, they're all difficult cars to drive, to be fair, because if I drive them I just crash them anyway. But there we go. The Mad Max has got himself up into P10, passing Marsky there for that position as well. So yes, fair play indeed to Venom, then to Noise, to JP as well. Unfortunately, out of the Grand Prix, then not enjoying the cars then as well. Then, but like I said, well, technically, if you're a full-time driver, it'd be a license point for a pit and quit, but we will let you off. So there we go. Right then. Equaz then is in danger of being dropped out of the DRS then of Lewis Riley. Then Lewis is on a charge now, trying to get himself in the middle. Dear, he's got a penalty then, as I jinxed in there, and I'm very sorry there, Lewis. I didn't mean to do that. It was definitely my fault. I'm terrible. Right, Equaz. He was in danger, but I think with Lewis's slight error, that has brought him back within DRS range here then as Equaz. Legend then as well in P6 then, maybe thinking about a pit stop very soon as well. Then R2 Beat then also in the Alpine on the hard compact tyres. He's got his teammate though catching up then, and his teammate has got much fresher tyres as well. Mushroom is into the pit lane, so Mushroom calling it a day then on his medium compounds as well here. So let's see what is next then for the Mushroom. It is going to be a new set of boots for sure, and it's going to be a set of hard compound tyres then. Shadow's unfortunately picking up a penalty then. He might be able to sneak ahead of Mushroom here for that P13 position. Then we've got more moves as Legend and R2 Beat are having a battle then at turn 4, and R2 Beat trying to go round the outside then, soon to be turn 5. Then he's got the inside now and up into P6 here. And I think medium compound tyres for Legend then starting to falter then at this point of the race. Then of course they've done soon to be 23 laps then for Legend, so they might be starting to get a bit worse for wear then as we filter through then into lap 42. And 42 is becoming a soon become 71. Legend into the pit lane. He is calling it a day then on his medium compound tyres now then, so 23 laps then was enough then for Legend. Let's see, I think he's going to have to go hard compound tyres here, isn't he, because he started on mediums, he's gone for another set of mediums, and now hard compounds then to the end of the Grand Prix. Where will he be filtering out though is the question. I think behind the Mercedes and Vessia here potentially, and away we go. And I think Vintage is just there. He's then going into turn 1, so Legend will come out ahead then into P11, and he's going to have some fresh tyres now to try and catch up then. But of course he's got he's got more moves because R2B is on the move as well. Then passing Equaz for P5. What was I going to say then? Marvsky and Vessia having a battle as well. Then Vessia up into P9. Then can Marvsky fight back? He hasn't got DRS, so he can't fight back unfortunately. Then Legend out of the pit lane is a couple of seconds behind these two as well. Then good stuff indeed. Oh, that's Hot Challenge menu, so just letting everyone go through, I should say. Then Kaz has caught up to his teammate now, so Kaz then on the hard compound tyres is, well, now in the mix. As Equaz makes a pit stop. Equaz into the box then, calling it a day then on his hard compound tyres then after 28 laps as well. Then it's not much of a difference between the hard compound tyres and the medium compound tyres at this stage. Well, in terms of this stage, in terms of getting them, how far you can get them into the race, that is. Kaz might be looking to make a move then for the lead of the Grand Prix here then, as we go forwards towards turn 4. And can he make a move down the inside? Yes, he can. And he makes that move stick then. Lead of the Grand Prix then for Kaz, then switching places with his teammate. As we've got more moves as Legend has passed Equaz now, as Equaz has made a pit stop for the hard compound tyres here. And we've had Tori then passing R2B, so maybe some team orders down at Alpine, then Tori go through because you're on the fresher tyres. And Tori is going to the end of the Grand Prix, we believe. So wait and see then. But Tori then is being released by his teammate now. Then can he chase after Lewis? Then can he chase after the podium places? As we've got Kieran coming into the pit lane now. Then he is calling it a day then on his medium compound tyres also, and he will be, I'm sure, pretty pleased to get rid of those tyres as well. Then after a very long stint indeed on medium compound tyres, Lewis Riley's caught up to Reflection. Then Kieran is in the pit, so he will be tumbling down the order for now. But of course, we'll be onto a fresh set of just a jiffy. Kieran then hard compound tyres then going on at the kick salver. Then he will come out ahead of Mad Max, I think, here, because Mad Max of course had that issue, didn't he? He has pitted, but the gap isn't going to be too big then between Kieran and Mad Max. The only difference, of course, is the tyres are a bit older. 5 lap older than for Mad Max, then he's going to be 2.83 seconds or so behind Kieran here as well. Then, so unfortunately, whatever happened has happened, and it's well, it's not costly, but it has been costly for Mad Max. But he has lost only a couple of seconds at this rate as well. Then to Kieran, then Legend has passed Marvsky then for P9. And underway then on his fresh tyres as well. Then Equaz might be looking to try and make that move as well. Then once again the sister teams are having a bit of a fight here as we go into turn 4. Then can Equaz make the move? He's gone off the circuit there. That's going to be a warning, I'm sure. But goodness me, as he's going to try and shape for it then on the exit. Then can he power through? Then yes, he can. Then I think maybe Marvsky then being very gentlemanly there as well about that position too. So he's let him go through. Reflection is into the pits, putting it there on his mediums as well. So Tori back up into the podium places here now. Let's see what it's going to be then for Tori then. And we'll see as we go through Reflection. I think he'll be, he's going to be behind Kieran, he's going to be behind Mad Max, and I think potentially behind Vessia as well then. Will he be ahead of Legendary is the question. I think he won't be. Legend then is going to get himself into the mix then for P8 as we go through turn 1 now. The momentum then with the Haas. There is the Aston Martin on the exit, and he's behind Equaz. Oh, it's close between Equaz and Reflection. But with the aid of DRS, then Equaz is going to hold on to that place, then up into P9 now. Marvsky then is going to be trying to use these trio to just pull himself along nicely as well at this stage, and looking to get himself into the points paying, or into the top 10 positions, I should say. Because of course points go down to 15th then in the 100% league. If you didn't know, now you know. R2B then is keeping tabs then on Tori for the time being as well then. So the Alpines then, or the Alpine for R2B isn't too slow, because he has been able to keep up with his teammate who's on much fresher tyres. As we cruise through onto lap 46, is it 46 or 47? 46. Right then, 9 seconds, the gap then out in front then for Kaz then. Can Kaz get to the end of the Grand Prix on those tyres then is the other question. He's going to have to do another 20 laps or so. But they're pretty quick laps around here, of course, aren't they? So there we are then, as Tori is closing in then on Lewis as well. Then Lewis has done almost 20 laps on his medium compound tyres. They will be feeling worse for wear, I am sure of it. Equaz then is caught up to Legend and Reflection in the battle here as well. Then Marsky unfortunately has dropped out of the DRS, I think. Has he? Or has he? No, he hasn't just yet. So that's all good. But Legend then is now catching up to Vess here as well. Then. So there's quite a gaggle of cars then catching up then in the order then after putting on a fresh set of hard compound tyres. Liam's got a penalty unfortunately for Liam then. It's not gone too well for Liam, but fair play indeed then for Liam and for Dark Shadow as well then, for soldiering on in this Grand Prix as well. Heading now into turn 4 then, Legend then is, he's in DRS I think now of Vessia as well here then. So Vessia, I'm not sure if there's any long-term damage on that Mercedes, but it's unfortunate whatever happened then, we don't know. But he had a wing damage and an unscheduled stop, didn't he, that did Vessia, so unfortunately it could cost him a few more positions now that Legend and Equaz and Reflection have all caught up to the fight as well here then. R2B is in the fight still for a podium place actually here, although we do expect him probably to have to make another stop at some point. But Tori then is now caught up to the DRS then of the Mercedes of Lewis. 9 seconds up the road is Kaz. Let's have a quick look at penalties then, shall we? 12 seconds for Lewis. I'm not sure what's happened there then. We've got 6 for Kaz as well then, 6 for Tori then, and 10 for Mad Max. That speeding in the pit lane penalty as well was costly, wasn't it? For Mad Max then. We'll see what he can do then towards the end of this Grand Prix to try and negate that. 3 seconds for Reflection then. Vintage has got 3 seconds, as has Mushroom then. 9 for Shadows and 9 for Stars as well. 15 for Liam and 3 seconds for Dark Shadow as well then. So it's a bit of a mix and match of penalties at the moment out there. There's quite a few across the field as we stand then. Here comes Kaz then into lap 48. Oh, he's gone wide. That's a warning. I'm going to be like a proper steward here, aren't I? I'm going to be staring at those tyres, then making sure they don't cross those white lines. Then heading through then into lap 48. We've got both Alpines chasing down that Mercedes then of Lewis. Let's see what they can do here as we head through into turn 1 now. Then can Tori make the move then into turn 3 then as we go up the hill. We've got some DRS. He's 4/10 of a second back on the exit. Then it's going to close in then with the aid of that rear wing opening then up to turn 3. And nope, he stays behind here then. Can he make the move then into turn 4 is his next target then as well then with the aid of some DRS. Then he's got a great traction out of the corner there as well then compared to Lewis on his old medium compound tyres. He's going to power along there with the aid of some DRS as well then, and up into P2 goes the Alpine of Tori then. Fantastic stuff indeed. Then R2B couldn't get himself through then, but of course we'll be making some efforts then in the next few laps or so then. 2.5 seconds back or so is clearing then. Of course he has pitted and is definitely going to the end of the Grand Prix then. Will the one stop work out then for Tori then, and potentially for Kaz as well? We'll have to wait and see what Kaz is going to do, but we will find out very soon. Into this battle here then, Legend and Vessia then. Mad Max is 5 seconds up the road for the time being, that is, but of course a few of these drivers have fresher tyres than him as well then as we go through. Then Vessia has I think lost out to Legend somewhere on that lap, but he's staying within the DRS range of the Haas car as well. The Equaz in P9. Reflection as Tori's got a 3 second penalty, then that was going to be costly indeed then as they start to add up then as well. Then Reflection in P10 for now as well. Then Marsky then in a bit of no man's land at the moment, but he's still going to bring home a haul of points as it stands. Unfortunately for Dark Shadow, another penalty then to his name as we go through there as well then, but that is the status quo then as it stands. 6 laps tyre difference between the top 2 then of course, and will they be able to try and, I'm pretty sure Tori's trying to go for the one stop here then. Will that mean that Kaz can try and eat those tyres to a one stop as well? Then we'll wait and see then. Lewis then has been passed and he's still within the DRS range though of the Alpine of Tori then, but R2B has not got himself within that 1 second window, has he? Unfortunately then for R2B then, just yet that is. Those hard compound tyres are starting to get a bit old for the Alpine then in P4 for now, or potentially I should say. Then Kaz is into the pit lane, so Kaz is calling it then, and he is going to do a 2-stop strategy here. Medium compound tyres, or will it be hard compound tyres then for the race leader? R2B's also in the pits as well then for Alpine then, so he is calling it day after. Well, oh goodness me, slowing the car down very nicely. And then medium compounds going on the kick salver of Kaz. He will be out in where will he be? P5 I think, then just behind Mad Max then. Fresh mediums to the end of the Grand Prix then. Let's see what Kaz can do then. Same for R2B as well then. R2B is a bit further back though unfortunately. He will be out in P10 I believe. Just ahead of Marsky then going into turn 1 there is the Red Bull then. Oh dear, that's Alpine then having a bit of a difficult time then going in and out of the pit lane there, but he's got himself underway now. Good stuff indeed. Right then, will we see some more pit stops now start to unfold then as we enter the latter stages of this Grand Prix? It's been fantastic so far then, from my point of view, to watch it. Maybe not so much for some of the drivers then. I don't think they'll be too happy about the cars. Unfortunately, yes, we can shuffle the grid around then when we have new full-time drivers for sure then. But as it stands then, we can only fill the cars with reserves on whatever cars are free. But again, we'll get some new recruits in then, I'm sure, and we will get some grid reshuffling underway as well then. Right then, Lewis has caught up to Tori. Then Kieran's now in the fight as well here for that P1 position. Lewis, I thought, did have DRS there, didn't he? Yes, he did. But he's dropped out of that 1 second window of the Alpine then, and now Kieran could open the door for P2 here as he's gone to the left-hand side then. He's made the move then with ease as well then on the hard compound tyres and up into P2. Max trying to get himself back in this race then. Kaz is catching up as well then on his fresh medium compound tyres. They'll be much quicker indeed than the hard compound tyre. I am sure then it will be a question of what is best towards the end of the race then. We've only got 20 laps to go then as we go through now vintage onto medium compounds as well then for the McLaren team. Then he will filter out then in where will he be? He might be behind his teammate then, but of course will be on the freshest tyres of the field. Well, gap's starting to close at the top of the order then, so Tori now under pressure from Kieran, of course. Kieran, I think, is definitely going to the end of the Grand Prix from here, so he will be pleased with that one. He's now got himself caught up then to the Alpine machine of Tori then. Tori is, I think, well, the question is, can he eke the tyres to the end of the Grand Prix? I'm sure he probably could, but it will be very difficult, won't it? So as we go into turn one now, I think the lead change is inevitable, isn't it, then, as we go through. Then Vessia, unfortunately, got a 3-second penalty then, but Vessia then trying to recover in this race then after whatever happened on that main straight then. Kieran does take the lead then onto lap 52 then, and away he goes. The question is, how quick of a gap then can he create then as well then, as Kaz has passed Mad Max as well then for P4 on his medium compound tyres, only 5 seconds away then. So Kaz could be in contention here for the race win, to be fair, because he's only 5 seconds away from the, 5-6 seconds away from the from P1 as it stands. And he's got a few penalties to his name, unfortunately, but he has got the freshest medium compound tyres out there as well, then, apart from vintage. So yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that. Shadows unfortunately picks up a penalty as well. Penalties are rolling in here. There's quite a few then with penalties out there. There's only 4 without at the moment. Well, I don't want to say their names because I don't want to jinx them, to be fair, so that's why I'm not saying their names. But there we go then. All right then, Kieran leads the way then. Into the pits comes Lewis Riley then, so Lewis is calling it a day then. He sets the fastest lap goes Kieran, then into the pits comes the Mercedes. What's it going to be now? Oh, Kaz has set the fastest lap now. Right then, it's going to be, medium compound, I think, then for Lewis Riley then. Away he will go. He will be out, I think, behind the Alpine of R2 Beat then, as R2 Beat comes onto the main straight then on lap 53. Then we're flying through as we've got Marsky also in the pit lane as well. So Marsky calling it a day then on these hard compound tyres too, and that'll let both the Ferraris go flying through as well, I think, here. So there we go. Medium compound tyres going on the Red Bull. Oh no, he's just teleported, so I think he might. Will he be able to get out ahead of Shadows? Then it's going to be close indeed on the exit then between the Red Bull and the Aston Martin. Then here we go then, round turn 1. Can he get himself ahead then? He can just about then, but of course Shadows might be thinking about making that move anyway, and well, he will be making that move anyway then, because Marsky then harvesting energy then has let the Aston Martin power through and up into P13 then. Fair play indeed to Shadows as well then, of course. Shadows then just getting the laps in as well then, of course, on his return to league racing then. He's now into bronze as well then, so looking forward to seeing what he can do on the Wednesday night then in Imola, of course. Then that's where we're next, of course, tomorrow night, as my dual sense batteries, goodness me, what is going on here then? Right, okay, I'll have to sort that out in a second, but yes, so of course, yeah, tomorrow's action then is gold on the Monday night in Imola. Bear me 1 second, I'll try and sort out a new controller, and right, I'm going to have to just turn this off and come back to you in a sec. Bear with me, I'm still here, it's coming back, don't you worry, I will be there in just a jiffy. Great stuff. Right then. New controller is underway then, and we've got some Ferrari racing then as Serious Mushroom and Hungry Styles then having a battle there as well then for P11 and 12. Still 4 points on the line as well then between the two Ferraris then, which will be a good haul indeed as well. Then Reflection then catching up with Equaz, who's caught up to Vessia then, who's caught up to Legend as well here then. So there's all sorts of action then. Styles is back past Mushroom then as those two carry on their fight then. Tori then I think is just about, or has he just about kept within that 1 second window then of Kieran then as well. Then that will be very useful indeed for Tori then, but I think he just about has as well then, but he might have dropped out of it now. But Kaz then is only 4 seconds away from the race lead then. Of course he's got penalties to his name then, but he's going to be going pretty quickly on these medium compound tyres to get himself in contention here as well then. So bear with us, wait and see what happens then. 15 laps to go. Equaz and Reflection having a battle then as we go over the exit of turn 3, and Reflection, I think, has he snuck through? I think he might have done then as well then up into P7 now, but of course Equaz has no penalties, so Equaz will basically be re-inheriting that position then. For quite a few drivers as well, to be fair. There's quite a few penalties ahead of him as well then, isn't there? Kaz then catching up then to Tori then. Tori has dropped out of that DRS window then of Kieran then, and Kieran now free to race then on his own then to the checkered flag, but well, he's not really free to race, because I think he might be well, you can see in his mirrors along this straight even that you can see his teammate gaining then on Tori then, and gaining on himself as we go through then onto lap 56 of 71 I should say. Oh dear, Tori's got a bit wide there. That's going to cost him a bit of time. And now Kaz is catching up then. Lewis has got a 3-second penalty unfortunately then for Lewis then, but he's now trying to make up ground then on his new medium compound tyres as well then. So him and R2B might be catching up then to the Equaz, Reflection, Vessia and Legend battle. Unfortunately for Mad Max after that fantastic pole position then, and the damage as well then after the spin. It's put him in a bit of no man's land then for the time being, unless something else happens then further around the order there. We'll wait and see. Lap 56 then, we've still got a few laps to go. But we are flying through them. And Kaz now is trying to put the pressure on Tori then for that P2 position then. Can Kaz win this race? We'll have to wait and see. But it's another question of how if he can catch up to his teammate. Then the other question is how long can his tyres last as well then to make the move then on his teammate as well if he does catch up. But first he's going to get past Tori. And here he comes then on the main straight then. That is Dark Shadow just jumping out of the way then as well then. Heading through into turn 1. We go then. Kaz then is now looking to line up the move then. Can he make the move this time? Where's he gone? There he is. He's gone for the inside. He's made the moves then with the DRS and up into P2 then we go. Good stuff indeed. And now into turn 3 then. He's got 3 seconds then is the gap then to his teammate. And can he reel in Kieran is the question then. Kaz and Kieran, to be fair, both of them have looked on pretty good form tonight then, and they've deservedly got themselves into the top spots of the field then on lap 57 of 71 then. Can they keep me there is the other question. We'll find out then, but as we go through then, Kieran will now be seeing his mirrors filled with his own car then, because his teammate is catching up to him then as it stands. 2.5 seconds the gap then between the kick salvers as we go through then on to lap 58 very soon. Tori has dropped out of that 1 second window as well then, so Tori then I think potentially going for that one-stop strategy. Well, he's going to be in a bit of a battle then, isn't he, towards the end of this race then, to try and hold on to that podium place then as it stands. But Mad Max might be thinking about getting himself back on the podium places here as well. Then Legend could be in the mix as well. Then potentially Vessia, potentially Reflection and Equaz as well. You can't rule out either because he has no penalties. So goodness me, that last podium spot, or maybe those second 2 podium spots might be up for grabs still, to be fair. We'll wait and see. But there we are then. Tori then holding on then to the DRS. Then I think he needs to use that DRS as much as he can. Then he needs to try and stay within that 1 second window of Kaz then as much as he can to try and protect then from those coming through behind him as well. Then soft compound tyres for Shadows then going for the fastest lap point, we hope. Let's see what he can do then as we go now on to lap 58, then heading through into sector 3 momentarily, then 2.3 seconds. So the gap is stabilising out there. Oh no, Kaz has had an issue then, because Kaz, what's happened there? Kaz almost lost the car. It looks like he got under control very quickly indeed, but he's lost a bit of time then. He's now got DRS then. Well, Tori's now got DRS, I should say, then on the kick salver as well then. Whatever happened there for Kaz then really unsettled the car then, and has lost him a lot of time as well then going through then onto lap 59. And well, he has got DRS, has Tori as well then, so whatever happened there, was very strange indeed. Yellow flags out there. Then I think everyone's all right, aren't they? I hope. No, it's just it's Dark Shadow again. They're just going out of the way. They're fair play indeed, because like I said, it's very difficult indeed trying to get yourself through in this order as well. Then with such a short circuit as well. Then we did see a few. Well, we were expecting a few lap cars as well around here because of the how quickly you can get around the lap itself as well. Then Kaz then. Well, he's managed to get himself through here unscathed, but it was around this part of the circuit then on the previous lap that Kaz had the issue then. But this time I think he's all right then. Good stuff indeed. But he's lost time then to his teammate then as well. That could potentially be a race win then that might have dropped out then as well then for Kaz then. Tori then has passed that lap car, I think, of Shadows as well then, but Shadows is trying to fight back here, and of course Tori then is trying to stay within the DRS window then of the kick Sauber as well then as we go through now then. Here comes the Aston Martin then in the soft compound tyres. Is it going to be fastest lap? Unfortunately not for Shadows just yet. As we now head through then onto lap 1, and this is going to give Tori a bit of DRS to try and bring himself back in contention as well. There are the two kick Saubers then heading up the hill, and Tori then has got the DRS then on Shadows as well as we go up the hill then onto lap 60 of 71. Then we have been flying through these laps in great speed. Oh dear, Lewis just caught that at the exit of turn 1. Then he's lost out to R2B, but he hasn't lost anything else there as well. Then well saved indeed then from Lewis as well. Fair play to the Mercedes driver then for keeping that out of the wall. That is a very difficult thing to do, as I can attest to myself. So yes, great stuff indeed. So far so good then as we go through then on the final couple of laps, or final few laps I should say then, of the session tonight then. And here we are then on lap 60, soon to be 61 then. Can Tori get himself back in contention? No, not quite. He's 2 seconds behind now, behind the kick Sauber pair then, as we head through then onto lap 61. And there we are. There is our race leader. No, that's our race leader. There, that's Kieran. Sorry, there's too many green cars out there. I can't see him. But he's got a 2.3 second gap then over his teammate Kaz. Then can Kaz close in? Then there's a Aston Martin off the circuit. I think that's Shadows then having a bit of an issue off at turn 1. Tori then in P3. Then can he hold on to that podium place is the question. Mad Max then is closing in slightly as well. Then Eklas has got a 3-second penalty. Then he was going penaltyless then, unfortunately, until that turn 1 there, and that 3 seconds will be added to his race time. Then he's not happy with that, I'm sure then, but unfortunate then for Eklas as well as we go through then into turn 3. And now we've got a big gaggle of cars then catching up to this fight then for the final for P5 I should say, not for the final podium place, for P5 here. Let's have a look at penalties then. We've got 3 seconds for Legend, Vessia, Reflection and Eklas now, as Lewis has passed R2B. Then R2B doesn't need to worry too much about that, because well, he can just get all the places back then if he stays within 3 seconds of everybody at the finish line. So R2B could be a P5 here. It's not out of the question there as well then, because these guys will be looking to fight for that position as well then, I'm sure. And potentially there could be more Wallings tumbling in as we go through as well then. Into lap 61 then, so 9 laps to go then at the end of this one. Fair play indeed to everyone still soldiering on in this race as well. It is a bit of a learning curve as well for a few drivers out there then, and I think they're probably learning that they don't want to be in their cars, or in certain cars. But there we go then. Here comes Vessia on the attack as well then, looking at an up move then for that P5 position then. Can he make the move into turn 3? No, not quite. Then he's stuck behind once again then. Legend holding on to that P5 position for as long as possible here. Can he do it? Is the question though. Reflection then also waiting in the wings. So is Ekwas now. So is Lewis Riley then on the charges. Lewis Riley then, he's got lots of penalties though, unfortunately for Lewis Riley then, which is going to be costly indeed. And then we've got R2B as well then, as Lewis has made the move up into P8. And then we've got R2B as well then, who has not got any penalties then, and we'll be looking to inherit potentially 5 positions here. We'll wait and see. Then Kaz has got another penalty then. That's costly indeed for Kaz potentially as we go through then onto lap 63. And well, he's got the gap down to 1.9 seconds then, 1.2 seconds now I should say. It's going back up. But of course the problem is that those penalties will be costly indeed. Then if he does get himself into the race lead, he will not be a race winner then on the track then, when of course the penalties are applied at the end of lap 71, lap 63. And here we go then, once again, then the battle then does commence once again between Vessia, Reflection, Lewis, now Equaz and R2B for that P5 position that Legend is holding on to very nicely for now, as we now cruise through then over the top of the hill then down towards turn 4. And Legend's got some good traction still, because he's holding on to that position very nice indeed. Then here comes Reflection on the charge, and he can't get himself close enough then into turn 4. Then Lewis then is now waiting in the wings as well then. Let's have a look and see what tyre situations they're on. Yeah, so Lewis is on 10-lap old medium compound tyres, and they're not too shabby at this point then for Lewis. He might be looking to try and get his nose in a few more positions as well. Then unfortunately for Lewis, the thing that's going to be costly for him is the penalty situation. Then 15 seconds then for the Mercedes driver, which is going to be bad news indeed, because everybody around him has got 3 seconds, sorry, or none in the case of R2B. So yes, interesting situations, and that is the way it's going to be playing out then towards the end of this Grand Prix. Then 2 seconds, the gap out in front, the gap going back up now, so maybe Kaz's tyres are starting to wear out, then worse for wear. Lewis has got a 3-second penalty again, then going through turn 1, unfortunately. Then that is again going to be very costly indeed. But well, to be fair, he can be finishing P10 at best then as well. Then, well, at worst, I should say, then is for Lewis, I should say, because that's well, the penalty situation won't matter too much to him in that regard. I should say. Can't get the words out now. It means me I've done this too long. Right, lap 64. Gaps have emerged out in front then. And again, Mad Max will probably be kicking himself, because that 10-second penalty then will be applied. That's a 10-second speeding in the pit lane penalty, so it cannot be removed. And well, he's not going to be very happy with himself, I don't think, because if he didn't have that penalty, I should say, then he would be able to get himself back up into P2 as it stands as well then. But there is the situation as it is for now then. Reflections also on slightly younger hard compound tyres then. Lewis Riley then might start to struggle then with his medium compound tyres then in the next few laps or so then, but he's only got a few laps to go then to the end of the Grand Prix. He needs to make use of them now as we go through then onto lap 65. Soon to be 5 to go then, we'll wait and see then as we go through into lap 65 as well. Then Kieran leads away now by 3.5 seconds, so the medium compound tyres for Kaz unfortunately have dropped off then. Kaz is going to try and hold on. We've got a yellow flag. It's a Williams. What's happened then? It's a Williams. It's Mad Max again then. Is it Mad Max at turn 3? Goodness me, what's happened? Mad Max is getting off the circuit at turn 3. He's dropped down to P10 here as Mad Max then. Oh no. What's happened there? He wasn't in the battle, I don't think. He was on his own then. Lewis and Reflection switching places then. Lewis is off the circuit. What's happened to Lewis? Goodness me, there's more action here then. There's Lewis down to P10 then. And oh my goodness me, it's all started to kick off now as well. Then Lewis has got himself back underway. There's no damage to the car. Has Mad Max got damage to his Williams car? We'll have to wait and see now. But unfortunately, Mad Max I think had a collision on his own. And I'm not sure if Lewis Riley had a collision on his own as well then. But Mad Max has got right end plate damage as well then, unfortunately, for the Williams driver. He's going back into the pit lane now. So hopefully get that sorted and serviced as well. Then he's got another 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Has Mad Max then, unfortunately, he just needs to focus and carry on then. If he didn't have that penalty, then he would, well, like I said, that penalty then was going to get himself back on the podium. Then unfortunately the wind damage has cost him dearly as well here. R2B and Equaz then in a fight now with Reflection, Vessia and Legend for P4. Not sure what happened to Lewis there, but he's going to hold on to that P9 position, as I should say, at the moment. Then that Mad Max soft compound tyres going on a new front wing. He's served the penalty then, but unfortunately he's spent in the pit lane again. Then, so that's another penalty going his way at the same time. Then Chadders has got a 3-second penalty. Then penalties are starting to roll in then in the last 5 laps here in Austria. As soft compound tyres going on now to the Williams car, then he can get himself back out, then go for fastest lap, then he can still get himself 2 points for P14 and potentially another point then for the fastest lap. So it is not all over just yet then for the points there for Mad Max then, although it is it's been a difficult race then for Mad Max, but fair play indeed. He's shown some excellent pace out there as well then. Legend then holding on still then to that P4 position now. Tory 2 seconds behind Kaz then. What's the penalty situation for the top those two? They're both on 9 seconds, but if Kaz gets another penalty, then Tory could inherit that P2 position as it stands. Legend looking to hold on for that P4 position as well here then, or potentially P5, because R2 Beat is still within the range then of the 3 seconds to get himself promoted up to P4. Now it could be a Kick Sauber 1-2 and an Alpine 3-4 as it stands. We'll wait and see then how it all plays out then, but I'm sure there'll be some chopping and changing still to come here as we crack on now then into lap 67, soon to be lap 68 actually, as Kieran's now got a 5-second gap then. That gap has gone up pretty quickly then. Kaz is under pressure now. Tori is caught up to the DRS here, I think, and potentially that could bring Tori back in contention of that P2 position on track anyway, regardless of the penalty situation. Then potentially Kaz might be what's happened to Kaz? Those medium compound tyres then they're still looking round. They should be able to get themselves to the next lap at least, and potentially to the next end of the Grand Prix, I should say. But Kaz then has he made a mistake there or something? I'm not sure. He's got DRS then, but of course that was on the lap car. Then Tori's still got DRS as well then, and he's bringing himself back in contention for that P2 position here. Lewis Riley has pit for soft compound tyres then, unfortunately. I'm not sure that was the right call for Lewis. Then he's only got 3 laps to go then in this race, and those are the 2 Ferraris then filtering through. Can he get himself out ahead of the Ferraris? Then we'll wait and see. Then it's going to be close, but Styles I think has nicked the place then away from Lewis, and Mad Max has set the fastest lap of the race, a 6.0 then. That's qualifying pace from me anyway, at least for Mad Max then. Good stuff indeed. And well, the problem with Lewis's penalties there as well is this is going to cost him a few places, and potentially if he stayed out then he would have been able to keep hold of P9. He's back up into P9 now, but he's only got a couple of laps to try and extend that gap now to the Ferraris behind him as well then, so potentially Ferrari and potentially Marsky as well, they could inherit a position or 2 here as well. We'll wait and see. But there we go then, cruising now on to lap 69, giggity of 71. But out in front then, 6 seconds the gap for Kieran then, who is once again storming off into the distance and having a fantastic race then. Tori has got himself within DRS range of Kaz then. He's done 30, or soon to be 38 laps then on his hard compound tyres then. We're going to have 2 laps of action to unfold then at the end of this one to see how it all goes then here in Austria then, how it all finishes out then. I'm pretty sure there might be a green car on top spot of the podium there, but we'll wait and see as we now go through then onto lap 70 in just a jiffy there as well then. Vessia and Legend, they're having a fight then into turn 4 then. Vessia goes for the move, but Legend holds on to that P4 position for now. And now heading through then into turn 5. Well, now actually Reflection is next to try and charge for a move then as well then. Goodness me. R2 Beat I think is just loving this, because he can just keep it nice and clean then and just stay out of the action, and he will be able to inherit a few positions out there as well then. Tori then on to lap 70 is getting closer now with the aid of some DRS then. Can he get the move though is the question. We'll find out then. 6 seconds the gap then between Kieran and his teammate then, and then we've got 0.8 of a second between Tori and Kaz then for the final podium places as well then. Vessia then, can he line up a move this time then for that P4 position? We'll wait and see. And we'll cruise now on to lap 70 then. 1.5 laps of racing to go here in Austria then. It's been an absolutely fantastic race indeed from my point of view then. Like I said, some drivers might not feel the same. There we go then. Lewis has set the fastest lap of the race, a 5.9 then from Lewis. Brilliant stuff indeed from Lewis as well then. Great stuff, keeping himself in the race then and underway then. Vintage under pressure from Mad Max as well now. As we go through then into turn 4 then, and Legend still holds on then to that P4 position. Good stuff indeed then. Reflection then chasing as well then, so is Equaz, so is R2 Beat then. Lewis then is on to this as Mad Max has passed Vintage for that P13 position. Lewis then is up into P9 then. Can Lewis hold on to the no, he needs to find another 5 seconds then to hold on to the position from Hungry Stars, unfortunately, there as well then. But anyway, we'll crack on with that then. Last lap of the Grand Prix is underway then. Kieran leads the way then, heading through up into turn 5 then. Kaz then in P2 is gaining as well then on his teammate. Tori then in P3. In the Alpine then looks to hold on to the final podium place then. Here is the battle then for that P4 position then. Legend and Vessia as well then as we go through towards turn 3 then. Who's going to make the move then? Legend then has been passed by Vessia then into turn 3, and there's a bit of contact there as well at the back end then. Going through over the crest of the hill then. Now can Legend try and return the favour then and fight then into turn 4? As we go down the hill then, Vessia defends the inside then. Legend's going to go for the move then. He's going to go for a switchback as well potentially here then. On the exit then goes the Haas then. Has he done it though is the question. overtaking, and this is going to get tight indeed through into turn 5 now. Then Vessia has the inside into turn 5. There goes the Haston. Now can he try and switch to the inside? It's going to get close indeed. I need to go this bad way because here comes Kieran. Kieran, oh dear, he's got a puncture. He's low, he crosses the line, he wins the Austrian Grand Prix then. Kaz finishes P2, a great result indeed for Kaz as well then for Kicksauber. It's a 1-2 finish here in Austria. Tori then holds on to the final podium place as well. Brilliant stuff indeed, I think, or does he hold on to the final podium place? We'll find out now. Vessia then P4, oh no, R2 beat P4 then, it's an Alpine 3-4. Vessia P5, Legend P6, Reflection P7, Equaz in P8 there. Goodness me. And here comes Lewis then as well then. Fantastic stuff indeed from everybody there as well to get themselves to the checkered flag. Then Lewis, I think, won't finish P9 there, but Hungry Styles P9, then Mushroom P9 I should say, Hungry Styles P10. Then we've got, oh no, Marvsky P10, sorry, Styles P11. Lewis Riley is going to be P13, and we've finished it already, so I can't tell what's happening there. Great stuff indeed. Right, there we go then. Oh my goodness me, my voice is dying. Oof. Right then, that's that done and dusted, and there are your podium celebrations. And congratulations then to our top 3. Both Kicksauber's on top step as well then, and an Alpine then of Tori then in P3 as well. Fantastic stuff indeed. And give me a second, I'll run through the classification then of the order as well after the podium celebrations are done and dusted. Thanks for putting me in the room, Styles. This is Mushroom then, goodness me. So Styles, well, you finished ahead of him still, to be fair. The Mushroom then did jump, I think he jumped 3 drivers at the end of that. With the penalty situations there. Mushroom then driver of the day as well then. Kieran then wins the Grand Prix. Kaz in P2 making it a Kicksauber 1-2. Then Tori in P3 and R2 beaten P4 making it an Alpine 3-4. Mercedes Vessia then P5. Legend P6 then Reflection P7. Equaz in P8. Sirius Mushroom P9 and Marvsky is P10 in the end there. Hungry Stars P11 then Vessia, Legend in P12. Lewis in P12 with fastest lap. Vintage in P13. Mad Max P14. Liam rounds off the points paying positions as well here. Sorry, I need to get the career shot in. Shadows and Dark Shadow then P16 and 17. Unfortunately, Venom, Noise and Cardale retired from the Austrian Grand Prix. Oh, and breathe. Right then, I need to invite people to a party chat, don't I? How do I do this? Oh, God. Kieran is going to be invited. Where is he? There he is. And Tori, I don't think I can invite Kaz because he's on PC. Right then, anyway, I'll do that quickly and then we'll sit around for a couple of seconds hopefully and wait. He's already in the party chat. Good stuff indeed. Right then, we'll yeah, congratulations everyone who got themselves to the checkered flag for that one. Then that was well, a difficult one to say the least, but well done indeed to everybody who got themselves there. And well, that'll be that then, I think, for Austria. We will wrap it up there then. Not could do then. Top lads, rapid then, says Equaz as well then. I gave you position back, says Styles. He had an issue with his internet. He did disconnect in that race as well and got himself back in there. Saw 2 mushrooms driving before me, says Styles. Goodness me. Oh my. There we go then. Need 3 seconds removing, says Styles. I'm not sure, says Mushroom, I should say. I'm not sure that will change the finishing position for yourself there, the Mushroom, but fair play indeed. And we'll get some interviews underway. Then we'll start off with Kieran, because he's the only one who joined us, I think. Kieran, how was that race from your point of view? You won the race. You must be happy.
Actually quite stressful because of the strategy. The first stint was fighting my teammate, and yeah, so that was quite stressful. Second stint, it went okay, a bit of traffic, and then third stint, I honestly thought that my teammate was going to catch me on the mediums, but I presume he must have killed his tyres because he really did fall back at the end. But yeah, good race. I enjoyed that. Stressful, but fun.
And well, they were in a bit of a mix with Mad Max at one point as well. Then obviously he had a bit of an incident going out of the turn 3. Did you think he was going to be your closest rival towards what, in the middle part of that race?
Yeah. So I presume I didn't feel anything on my wheel, so I didn't know we crashed with each other until I saw him go round. I presume there was contact then.
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't think there was contact. I thought he just spun at the exit
Oh,
turn
right,
three.
okay.
That's what well, I thought there was no contact. Right.
Okay,
Penalty
so he
for
must have
Kieran.
not spun. That's what I've been thinking of, overthinking it. I was like, oh god.
No. I thought
But
it
okay,
looked like he just spun trying to put the traction down at the top of the hill, which is easy to do. But yeah, did you earlier on in the race then, before the sort of final stint, did you think he was going to be your closest challenger in that one?
oh, 100%. I was expecting to fight him throughout the race, but unfortunately he had that spin. I was looking forward to having that fight, but yeah, unfortunate for him. But yeah, top of the championship, I believe now, unless I get some penalties. So that's good.
Sure, we can add them on. We'll find some penalties for you. Don't worry. No, congratulations tonight then as well for Kieran. Then, well, second race win I think, isn't it, of the season?
Yeah, last week I won.
So yeah, very well done indeed. Then, and we'll hopefully see you more in next week as well. Then I don't know where we are. I think we're on the track vote again.
Silverstone, isn't it?
Oh,
Reverse.
that'll be all right then. Silverstone backwards. Great stuff indeed. Right, we'll catch you then tomorrow night then in gold for some more action. Then we'll be in Imola for gold tomorrow night, and in silver on the Tuesday, as well as bronze on the Wednesday as well. And then we'll be back here like Kieran has just told me, because I forgot the calendar already. We'll be doing Silverstone reverse next week on the Sunday. So stay tuned for that. Then there's plenty more action coming up. Then and we'll see you soon.